Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the C3 Friday Free for All, baby. That's right, the show for Panther fans by Panther fans. We don't take a break year round. Every Friday, we are coming to you and letting you bring your Panther opinion to Panther Nation. And we're going to have a great time doing it. We appreciate you joining your Friday with us at C3. If you're just getting off of work, take your shoes off, kick your feet up. We're going to have a good ass time today here on the free for all. I've got some of the usual suspects today joining me for a drama laden episode of the Friday free for all. It's set to be a good time. Panther Pickle, how are you, brother? Happy to have you back on the free for all, man.
I feel it's gonna be shut the hell night up. That's what it's gonna be. I can feel it in me bones.
In his bones, he says. And those are some old bones, so that's how you know it's authentic, man. He got the original OG feeling. Next up, my man, my brother, he's the brand ambassador. These ill skills. What's up, brother?
Man, what is up, Cody? Starting off here on a light night, but I have a feeling we're not going to finish this way whatsoever. Might be a nice cordial conversation between me, you, and Panther Pickle. It'll probably erupt into a full heated battle between the stands for Cam Newton and the Bryce sexuals, and the slander should be intense here tonight on another episode of the Friday Free For All.
Yes, sir. Everybody hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. And hey, lots of space on the show right now. So if you wanted to join the show and be a part of the show, the link is in the description that I've pinned to the top of the chat in the YouTube and Facebook video. Gentlemen, surprise, surprise, you already know what we're going to be talking about first. And listen, man, Cam Newton, once upon a time, when he was asked to make his say-so known on who the Carolina Panthers should draft number 1 overall, Cam Newton said Bryce Young. Well, just recently, on his 4th and 1 podcast, when talking about CJ Stroud, Cam Newton seems to have had something of a change of mind. Let's roll the footage and then we'll react to it.
Do you think Carolina's sitting over there?
Duh. The fuck? It ain't even like duh.
Get it out.
And bro, like in the mid form of the season, when you start seeing the skill set come into play.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. Knowing what we know now, I think a lot of people will take CJ Stroud number 1 over Bryce Young.
So what about my man from the Colts?
Anthony Richardson.
Over Bryce?
Yes. With what we saw this year, hindsight's 2020. Yeah. Everybody can go back and say, like, bro, CJ Stroud is a star.
CJ Stroud is indeed a star. And listen, it's sort of obvious that CJ was the better quarterback in the first year of them being in the NFL. That's obvious for anyone to say. But then for Cam Newton to go out and double up and say that Anthony Richardson is even preferable to Bryce Young at this point. Gentlemen, especially here on the panel, we are so used to this argument and debate. We've had it for literally over a year since before last draft. We've been talking about this exact same very thing. So I know at times it might seem redundant. But my question to you is, it's actually a bit of a curveball. Did Cam Newton switch up on Bryce Young? And is there any truth or validity to what Cam Newton is saying? What sides are we taking on this? Boys, it's a free for all. Jump in, whoever wants it first.
I don't think Cam Newton's lying. I think he's doing what a lot of people think of. Ain't nobody going to tell me that late or middle to last year when you turned on your Madden game, you didn't think of swapping them 2 out. You just, but all that being said, Cam Newton did cheer for Bryce early on. He said, and I quote, if it was me, I would draft Bryce Young. I quote, that's what Cam Newton said before the draft.
That
The
is
draft
what he said.
came, everybody was happy about it until the season started. Then it all went to shit in the handbasket. Now all of a sudden everybody's changing their mind. We should have did this. Well, what you should have did and what you did is two different things. And you can go back a long way and decide. I'll be another example. In complete utter honesty, the Carolina Panthers likely would have already held a Super Bowl title if we would not have taken Thomas Davis and taken Aaron Rodgers instead. But we didn't, so you got the man with 3 ripped knees telling everybody, I mean, he is an icon in Charlotte. He's an unquote, Mara Charlotte. Smile and be happy about it. But Aaron Rodgers has the ring on his finger.
I'll tell you what, Pickle. I did swap those players in Madden. And
so did I. At one point,
Bryce Young to the Colts, and the Colts
yeah,
ended up with the #1 overall pick, just like we did, and gave it to the Bears.
I didn't do that, guy. I don't.
So
I'm not
let me ask you all this: CJ
fan.
Stroud, like I said, kind of goes without saying, but was Cam off base for even saying that Anthony Richardson should have been picked above Bryce Young?
So. I think so, because Anthony Richardson didn't even finish a quarter of the season. And even then, the best thing Anthony Richardson showed is he can run around, and that's why people wanted Anthony Richardson. They didn't want Anthony Richardson because he was a good. They didn't want him because he can read defenses. They didn't want him because he had a hell of an arm, throw the ball deep field. They want a guy that can run around and entertain them. As they said, are you not entertained?
Well, no, I mean, he did some touchdown throws, and let me welcome Christian to the show. Christian, what's up, dude?
What's up, man? Hey, you can't have an argument about Bryce without me, man. I saw you guys a little light here, so I figured I'd join support.
Yeah, man.
You know, here's the thing. There's a key word I think he used there, and that clip was the first time I've seen it. But he said, did he not say physical traits? Or
that exactly is true. Cam Newton, and even going back to where when Krasinski was hired as a head coach, Ron Rivera, and I quote, instead of going to Hugh Jackson, who was a offensive coordinator prospect, said, I want to keep, Ron Rivera said, I'm keeping the offensive exactly what it is because I don't want to confuse Cam Newton. So we went with Mike Shula as the offensive coordinator instead of Hugh Jackson. He didn't want to confuse Cam Newton.
That also doesn't necessarily mean that it was the right move to make, too. Because I feel like a lot of times later in their career, they wouldn't take the reins off of Cam to let him have more control of the offense. But that's here nor there. To the Anthony Richardson thing, I think his mixture of arm talent and his ability to maneuver the pocket and be able to use as a run threat, I can see why someone would say it. And last year was bad enough that it's going to require a really good season out of Bryce Young if we're really going to start to have our minds change. So, I mean, I don't know. I understand that Cam might have said Bryce was his guy earlier, but I think you should have the right to change your mind too, man. And also, he didn't even say anything bad about Bryce or that Bryce couldn't be better in the future. I think he just said what was obvious for everyone to see right now. Hey, man, we got some more people in the show, too. Let me introduce some more people, man. We got my man, D Money in the building. D, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on, family? What's going on? How everybody doing this Friday?
Oh, doing good, man. Doing good. Hey, let me get everybody in here, and then I'll just open it up to everyone to comment on. Big Good back on the show. What's up, brother?
Not much. I wasn't gonna be here, be on too long. I was just gonna speak my piece on the Cam Newton thing.
Hey, it's all right, man. Let me get one more person there. I got my man Poppin from Black Cat Panther Podcast. Pop, what up, brother?
What's up with you, y'all? Go ahead, be good.
What's up?
Big time chilling, man. Hey, man.
I mean, I got 10 minutes. I can wait.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna play the clip one more time, just so that everybody's familiar with the content and everybody knows exactly what we're reacting to and what we're talking about. This is Cam Newton on 4th and 1, talking about basically who the number 1 pick probably should have been.
Do you think Carolina's sitting over there?
Duh. The fuck? It ain't even like duh.
Can't even get it out.
And bro, like in the mid form of the season, when you start seeing the skill set come into play.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. Knowing what we know now, I think a lot of people will take CJ Stroud number 1 over Bryce Young.
So what about my man from the Colts?
Anthony Richardson.
Over Bryce?
Yes.
Oh.
With what we saw this year, hindsight's 2020.
Yeah.
You know, everybody can go back and say, like, bro, CJ Stroud is a star.
So there you have it, man. He's putting Stroud and Anthony Richardson over y'all's Panther quarterback. And let me tell you, Cam Newton hurt a lot of feelings on Twitter and just on the internet in general these past couple of days, man. Cam's been keeping it 100 for the better part of a year now. How y'all feel about this, man?
I agree.
You want me to start off, Cody?
Go ahead, man. And if anyone's not speaking, mute your microphone so there's no background noise. Go ahead, be good.
Okay. Cam told no lies. I mean, I know a lot of people are already emotionally invested in Bryce Young, but what he said, he didn't tell no lie. AR and definitely C3 Stroud, they showed more upside than Bryce ever did this year. I know we have a short sampling with AR, but when he played, you can't sit there and say you can't sit there and say he didn't show upside. He could run, he could pass. Only thing he have to worry about is just staying healthy. Only thing we can say about Bryce is, his durability, you know what I mean? He could take a sack, but at the end all, do you want your quarterback to be known for this taking hits, or you want him to be known for making plays?
True. And Anthony Richardson didn't finish the season. So I think you got to look at that in context, too.
But that's why I said he showed more upside even than when it came to that. But all right, I'm going on mute.
Yeah, you're good, man. D-Money, what you think about this, brother? Was Cam Newton keeping it real or a little bit too real?
All right, first off, on one aspect of it, yes, he is keeping it real. One of the first things the man did say, hindsight is 2020, which that means there were facts, data, film that indicated and showed to him the conclusion that he came to. Okay. Also, the other perspective that I'm taking it is Cam, pretty much without announcing retirement, is done playing football. He is now transitioning into his new career path. And his new career path is now this new media, where you're going to put a little more razzle-dazzle on your take than you normally would.
Okay.
The other
perspective, he's blowing a little smoke right now.
Yeah, and the other perspective that I add to it is I don't understand, even if he truly feels this way, and for some reason you feel that he's taking shots or he's throwing shade or whatever, right? Why should he have loyalty to a team who gave up on him? You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's a lot to do about nothing at the end of the day. He's giving his opinion that he has the right to. Now, should people be offended? My honest opinion? No, it's his opinion. I can come out and say the exact same statement, and it's just not going to hit the same because I'm not Cam Newton. Yeah. All he basically said was, as you look through the season, CJ Stroud had a better year. CJ Stroud led his team to the playoffs, and CJ Stroud looked like the better quarterback. Okay, so now Buddy throws in Anthony Richardson, which I kind of wish old boy wouldn't have tossed that ball at him. But since it was up in the air, why not swing at it?
I can't.
Hey, everybody has a preference. Anthony Richardson is built like Cam to a degree. You don't think he wouldn't favor that type of guy when giving that opinion? And for the short amount of time, as the other gentleman has said, that Richardson was on the field, you started to see him figuring out some things. Okay, that's not to say he never said that Bryce wasn't going to be a great quarterback. He didn't say that Bryce wouldn't develop
Right.
into a great quarterback. All he was saying is after 1 year of film, 1 year of games, C.J. Stroud, if you had that information ahead of time, you would have picked C.J. Stroud over Bryce Young. And I don't think that that's an unfair take when the first statement that he made was, if hindsight was 2020. It wasn't like he came out and said, oh, this kid is horrible, this kid can't read this. He did none of that. He just basically said, what we got in front of us, if you would have had that information and had that magic 8 ball or that crystal ball, you would have took C.J. Stroud and possibly took Anthony Richardson. And I don't see why anybody really can be upset. Why? Because he played for the Panthers, which goes back to that last perspective that I gave. Why does he have to show loyalty to a team that gave up on him?
Bars. Everything you said, man, I'm pretty much in agreement with you. I think that his initial statement was rather innocuous, but also obvious to anyone that was looking, right? When you draft the smallest quarterback at number 1 overall, and he goes on to have the smallest amount of numbers, there's going to be a certain level of criticism that comes with it. Let me get Papa in here. Papa, what you think about what Cam said, man? Pop, you there?
I believe that because I don't want people to make it seem like Cam is the he's being the bad guy, let's say, because he was asked the question. It wasn't like he came up with the subject. He was asked the question. That's what his sidekick does on the show. I 100% agree with him being honest. Because I mean, in the context of what he said, like everybody been saying, which I believe everybody's been correct, is that he hindsight's 2020. And I mean, I know that, Pickle says that, they just picked AR to run around, but that's not exactly how his game was looking like on the field. He ran when he needed to. And they probably was going to abuse it, but I actually see him delivering great mechanics and balls, pause, when he was playing. So his upside looks higher than the 17 games that we got from Bryce. The upside of CJ, I mean, oh my God, nobody predicted that. I mean, he's amazing. So yeah, I mean, he was 100% honest. Y'all already know, or at least some of y'all know, I was King Richard. That's what we was calling him. That's who I wanted. I thought that he brought some things to. I thought he could bring some things to the Carolina Panthers that could hide some of the blemishes on our team. And as y'all see, the quarterback we have now, not saying it's all his fault, but he's not athletic enough to get away from some of the pressures, even though the offensive line let him down at times. So, just saying, I mean, hindsight 2020, we all would be smarter.
Absolutely. And dude, the pressure is ratcheted up this year on Bryce, man. You got him you got 2 brand new wide receivers, you got a brand new tight end, you got a brand new running back, you got a brand new left guard, you got a brand new right guard. Like, say what you want. After as bad of a year as last year was, the pressure is on. Like, nobody even wants to see
hotter.
it.
The seat is hotter. I asked the panel this question, and then I'm gonna mute. What happens if CJ and AR-15 come out and ball out this year? What happens to Bryce if he doesn't?
I would imagine, at the very least, competing for a job next year.
Let me get Deez in on the conversation. Deez, what do you think, man? If both CJ and AR have a great year next year, how does it change this conversation? And just what do you make of what Cam Newton said in general?
Yeah, as far as what Cam said, I mean, I really believe what D Money said. I mean, if you're a podcaster, you've got to say controversial things. You've got to get people talking about sports, and that was a lot of what that was. And who in the world, after that season that C.J. Stroud had last year, who wouldn't say that he should have been the number 1 overall pick? I mean, the guy won a playoff game. Everyone doubted the Texans. No one thought that the Texans was a good landing spot for CJ. But those guys down there in Houston, they made it work. They made it happen and even won a playoff game. He shattered all the rookie records for quarterback. You can't – there's nothing you can say to put against C.J. Stroud. You know, he had a great year, and it is what it is. We don't get to redraft our quarterback. We don't get to not hire Frank Reich. We don't get to redo that season. It is what the tape says, and that's what Dave Canales is going over now. He's trying to make judgments on these players like Von Bell, who we cut for no reason, in my opinion, because he's not part of this team. He's not part of this team going forward. Now, what he does with Bryce this year, you know, look at all the rookie offensive weapons that we have. That's going to take time to develop. I don't have a real high expectation for Bryce this year. How's he going to take a rookie wide receiver in Xavier Legette, a rookie tight end in JT Sanders, and a rookie running back in Jonathan Brooks, and then automatically take the field at the beginning of the season putting up 30 points? It's not going to happen. The defense typically comes out stronger than the offense does at the beginning of the season. We may start 1-6. We may start 1-8. I'm not looking for big numbers right off the bat. 2025 is what the Panthers are setting up for. That's why we ate all that dead cap this year, to go ahead and get it out of the way. The jury's still out. It's a long conversation for Bryce. I think there's a threshold, though. I think there's a point to where, you know, if the interception ratio is super high to the touchdown ratio, or if the yardage is less than last season, and we don't even know if this offensive line can gel together. Yeah, we spent a lot of money in free agency, but we don't know what they're going to look like on the field. It might be just as bad as it was last year. We don't know. You know, we're hoping that it's not, right? And we're hoping that Bryce gets a chance to prove himself. But he may not. He really may not. The schedule is not that easy either. We'll get the full schedule, I think, at the end of next week. So we'll see what happens. I'm not mad at Cam for what he said whatsoever. I wish the man the best in this podcast, and I hope he got a lot of clicks and a lot of views. And I know Panthers fans had a good time talking about it, just like we are now. So there's nothing wrong with that. I don't put Cam down for what he said. But you have to agree with him to some degree for what CJ did last season. And as bad as these Carolina Panthers look, and I think the bottom line is DeMeco Ryans is better than Frank Reich, and that's what we saw last year.
That's a great point too. They're a fantastic first-year head coach that really got that team believing. But you also mentioned 2025, that's the year that we're really competing for. But how about we're going to have, I believe, the most cap space of any team, or one of the most, either in number 1 or number 2 the last time I checked. And right now we're due to have 9 draft picks next year. That's the most draft picks out of any team. So there is some truth to that 2025 thing. I think you're hoping to see some meaningful advancement this year. To what degree, I don't know. That's going to be up to every different fan. But
hey, Cody.
Yeah, man, go ahead, Pop.
Can I ask Diesel Skills a question real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
So you were talking about how the Texans pretty much prevailed higher and reached expectations that nobody had on them, right? My question to you is, that was the first year DeMeco Ryans was being the head coach, right?
Yes.
Okay. That being said, does that not put pressure on Canales being the first-year head coach as well?
Maybe so. It really depends on how Dave Tepper feels about it. I feel like he's got a pretty long leash with that 6-year contract.
I mean, as a fan, like how you looking at football as yourself, like shouldn't he be apply some pressure as well? Because DeMeco Ryans came in and looked like he's doing a hell of a good job, especially after his first year. And then we got Canales. This is his first year.
Well, look back.
I think DeMeco Ryans set a bar.
You're right. When Dayball got into the Giants in New York, those guys were able to hit the ground running and won a playoff game their first year. But what happened last year? The wheels fell off, and the jury's still out on the Texans too. That may happen to them. They may fall into the same pitfall that the Giants did. So, absolutely, I think there's some pressure there. I think that Dave Tepper expects to see this team better than 2-15. But that's a pretty low bar, in my opinion. And I don't know that he's looking for a specific number for Bryce as far as yardage or anything, just for the offense to be more watchable. And with the weapons we've added, I mean, I think it really should be. It should be more watchable. We should be more competitive in games, even if it doesn't show up in that win-loss column.
Yeah, and you can also argue that D'Amico Ryans had a Pro Bowl rookie quarterback, and Canales doesn't look like he's going to have that.
My thing is this. You can't really compare apples with oranges. Like D'Amico Ryans is a totally different fellow than Dave Canales. They're gonna have different schematic thoughts and principles that are gonna be different. Yes, he's been a first-year coach and had a great success. And the great success is great. No, not trying to discount anything that D'Amico Ryans has done so far. But let's also adhere to the theory that nobody saw them coming. Nobody saw CJ coming. A lot of things, right? They really caught guys off guard. You're now giving all these other NFL teams that's supposed to have top flight defensive coordinators, top flight position coaches that are studying film and figuring out how to, if can't stop CJ Stroud, minimize some of the production that CJ Stroud puts on the field. I still think they're going to be a good football team because of the players that they have around them. But you might see a little dip in the production of Stroud because, see, now the lights are on him. And now that the lights are on him, and that sophomore slump is real at times when your success starts off really early. That sophomore slump can pop in sometimes. I'm hoping for just great football for everybody. But as long as that question you were saying as far as what happens with Bryce if AR balls out and Stroud balls out, it still kind of falls under that same principle because I understand that I don't have a CJ Stroud and I understand I don't have an AR. So
but I get that.
And we're going to be running the ball. So
right. But you said apples and oranges. Don't compare apples and oranges. And that is a true statement because what's funny about that, let's say D'Amico Ryan is an apple and Canales is an orange. But the fact that he's a defensive coach and Canales is an offensive coach, I expect a little bit more. You know, if we're gonna go about it that way, because if you're saying we're gonna run the ball, all that's telling me is that you don't trust your quarterback to make the throws.
Well, see, with that, you can take that perspective, but you also have to look at the other perspective. We're also bringing in a first-year wide receiver. We're also bringing in having a second-year receiver trying to develop. Then you're bringing in a receiver that we also traded in. One, you want ball security. And so
true.
For Bryce,
that's true. But before we give all those excuses away, hold on. You still have veteranship in the building. It's not like this whole team is all virgins and ain't got their cherry popped yet. Let's not do that. Let's not cherry pick. We have veterans on that offense.
Mingo hasn't had his cherry popped. I know I just got in here. I was just letting you know.
But let's back up a little bit. Let's back up just a second. What we need to say, remember, is last year, no NFL coach knew what to expect from Stroud. They didn't realize he was going to come out there and look like he was already a 3-year pro. They didn't expect that. Well, okay, this year, everybody knows that Bryce sucked his rookie year. Everybody knows the offensive line and everybody sucks. You think Icky ain't going to – you think a defensive coordinator ain't going to go hard at Icky straight off the bat? You damn sure they will. You don't think people are going to get this notion if we hit Bryce a couple of times, he's going to freak out. Well, that's what's going to happen. The NFL – these defensive coordinators gets paid too, boys. Ejiro ain't the only one going for a new job next year. So it might be apples – to oranges all day, but when you cut them all up and put them in the same pot, they both taste pretty good in the end.
And hey, I agree with you. I wanted to answer to something that Pop said. To me, when you put all your money on running the football, like to me, it's almost like a double negative. Bryce is never gonna get good throwing the football, and the coaches are never. And the coaches are never gonna get comfortable enough with him throwing the football unless you start that run game first. And that's why I've started to come around a little bit more on the Jonathan Brooks pick in round 2. Normally, I don't support drafting running backs really in the first 3 rounds, just simply out of value. But you've upgraded the O-line, and you have to be able to run the ball better and more effectively. And I think that with Canales and his insistence upon running the ball, like, you're going to have to set up some of those things and get those defenses prepared to stop the run, sink down inside the box a little bit more, so that way you can get Xavier Legette and Deontay Johnson open in space and try and open something up, And it's like I said at the end of last year, going into 2024, the objective is clear. You have to evaluate Bryce Young. You have to put enough around him to know if he is the guy of the future. And I think where we've been disagreeing, some of the people here on the panel, is that some people, like D, for example, says that 2025 is the year where everything needs to fall in line for Bryce and the whole team. I'm of the mindset that if Bryce doesn't have a tremendous year, depending on where they're picking in the draft and what options are available in free agency, if it doesn't get a lot better this year, considering everything they've done, that turnover at the quarterback position might come a little faster than people are expecting it to,
But what's considered a lot better? I think that's where I'm lost at. What are we looking at Bryce Young as is a lot better? I know it was bad last year. It was really bad.
That's a good question. We need to ask that. What is a lot better?
That was my next question, if you don't mind me asking.
Yeah.
To pick it off what you just said. Because I believe we're gonna be a top 5 pick next year. You know what I'm saying? First round.
I've often said in my spaces that I don't expect the Panthers to win 5 to 6 games, maybe. That's
what I'm saying, Pickle. I'm saying at best at it's like 5 to 6.
But we as fans could put this bar here. If Bryce don't reach this bar, he'll be out. But what does the team think? Because we don't make the decisions. If we made the decisions, there'd have been a whole lot of been changed. But what I also want to throw out there, Bryce ain't the only one. If Icky screws up like he did last year, his ass is on the bench.
Yeah.
If that's it. They've got too much depth now to deal with that. If Mingo ain't cutting it in preseason, I doubt he'll be active in regular season. Just fact.
Let me.
And that goes with the defensive side of the ball game too. They paid Brown too much money not to stop the run and press the quarterback.
Could I say this?
Right quick? Hey, let me hold on, Pickle. Let me get Jake and Cole in here. Jake, back on the free for all. What up, Jake?
Man, what up, y'all? I just wanted to say right quick, I thought I was the only one cooking and grilling tonight, but D Money's on it tonight, boy. Love it.
D's cooking, man. You already know.
Man, I'm telling you, he cooking more than me right now.
What you think about what Cam said, Jake?
Oh, D Money's done said it. I mean, he said everything I was about to say about that subject. But I'm biased. I wouldn't ask me about Cam Newton because the man could have said that he's seen Moses part the sea, and I would have believed it.
All right. That's something that we need to bring up too, man. Like, does anyone think that Cam Newton is being a little hypocritical after vouching for Bryce and saying that he should be the pick before that draft happened, and now kind of rolling it back? Like, I don't know, certain Panther fans.
Yes, Cody, but I'm not mad at him for it. I'm not holding it against him, but he did do that.
It's just like when he called all the quote unquote wannabe media elite quarterbacks game managers. He know what he was doing. He caused the stir. That's what he does.
And he was right.
But he was right though.
And he was right.
But also, I'm not saying he wasn't right. But I'm saying right now in his situation, it helps him to get more clicks. You think he ain't going to say something?
So do y'all think that he just did? Do y'all think that he just? Do y'all think that he just did this for the clicks?
No,
Yes.
I don't.
No. I think
Of course you don't.
I think he took.
Wait, let me get some more. Let me get
Remember,
some more
like,
people in. Let me get some more
Bryce,
people in. Let me get
But
some more
Pickle,
people in.
Pickle,
Go ahead.
he
Whoever was
he
going.
had a Pickle. He had a specific subject, right? That he knew he was gonna get people's attention, right? He knew that though, but
He knew
he
that.
backed it up with facts. Hold on, but he backed it up with
Why,
facts, stats, and it happened in real time. So after he said it, and then you watch the games play, you can't come back and say Cam wasn't right. So it wasn't just for clicks. He actually knows what he was talking about. That's what I'm saying. Like
The thing is, you
get your
can't be a
mind.
hypocrite. You can't be a hypocrite if you said hindsight is 2020. So it's no way there's a hypocritical. Yes, he can say that he thought that Bryce Young was the guy. But once he threw in, if hindsight is 2020, I picked CJ Stroud. All he's saying is, yeah, I picked this happened, and now I see this. That's all he did.
I'll tell you this. I respect that more because when I first heard about it, the first thought that came into my head was, whoa, wait a second, Cam. You're one of the motherfuckers that fucking wanted his ass. But here's the thing. All these media types that hyped him up, they have two options now. Either speak the truth or try and downgrade every situation and make excuses. And Cam's one of the few that I think is starting to change his mind and actually voicing it. Because he saw the results on the field.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, no, you're good.
Hey, can I say this?
But let me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all this. My bad. Go ahead.
Well, let me go be good and then pop in. Go ahead, be good.
Okay. When people, certain people say a number, I think the only way Bryce can keep his job, I'm saying for like the 2026, he has to pass for at least 3,500 yards and have close to 20 TDs. I don't see that happening, but that's the only way you can feel comfortable saying, okay, this can possibly be our guy. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Especially how this NFL is this. If he's like 31, 32, maybe 16, 17 touchdowns, that's still not what you call starting level QB. You know what I mean? Starter. You know what I'm saying? So my thing over there is for him to say, or at least to give him another year to say, okay, this can be our future. He has to pass for at least 3,500 yards. You know what I'm saying? Or unless he runs for like 500 to 700. You know what I mean? Like a guy that just got traded from the Bears, unless he can play something like that. That's the only way. But I doubt that. But that's my opinion on it.
I mean, I don't disagree with you at all, man. Like those types of numbers. I mean, what he had like 11. How many touchdowns he had last year? 11.
Yeah, 11.
Yeah, he had 11 touchdowns. So if he gets to, like, let's just use the numbers that Be Good said, right? If he gets to 3,500 passing yards and around 20 touchdowns, that at least doubles what Bryce was able to do last year. And I think that's probably the right ballpark. Like, we want to see that type of advancement. And by the way, I still maintain Cam Newton didn't say anything that was, demeaning toward Bryce. Like Bryce couldn't be the guy. Like Bryce couldn't be the one to step up and do it. I think he just mentioned what was obvious for a lot of people to see.
Do any of y'all think that he's mad at Cam Newton for saying that, Bryce Young?
You know what, Jake? I fucking hope so. No. I hope so, Jake. I hope that Bryce Young is seeing every bit of slander
that might be why he did it, Cody.
About him. I want Bryce Young to have a chip on his shoulder the size of Mount fucking Everest. I want him to see it, Jake. I want him to see it. I want him to say, I want him to see everyone saying that Stroud should have went number one. Everybody's saying the AR should have went ahead of him. I want him to see that shit and ball out of control this year. I promise you, I want the Panthers to be a better team than just take victory laps on Twitter for not thinking Bryce would be able to do it, man. Like, that's the shit I want. We need some aggressive, that aggression on this team, man.
You think
some
Bryce
dog.
Young got dog in him? Okay.
We need him to have dog in him.
We're about to find out.
I got
to find out.
I got it.
Bryce is
I got a question, Cody. So let me ask you this. Even though he's a podcaster now, last year when he said he wanted Bryce, right? When he said, hey, I think Bryce would be a good pick for the Panthers. Did all of a sudden people feel like Cam Newton's not a Panther fan or he's not a forever Panther? Because it seemed like after he said this comment, everybody trying to denounce him as a Panther fan. He always puts on for the talks good about the Panthers. He's always said that, hey, Panthers is my team. I love the Carolinas. Just because he made a comment saying hindsight being 2020 does not sit here inspiring him as a Carolina Panther. That's the shit that pisses me off because it's like, oh man, everybody getting so sensitive. He's telling the truth.
Yeah, he's telling the truth. He's speaking facts. He's talking about stats from the last year, which is it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? He's not speaking on the future, and he's going to only speak on that shit after the future happens. After next year happens, then if Bryce Young is him, one's fucking comeback player of the year, he's like, oh yeah, I knew that was going to happen, and go for all those clicks and bullshit off that, bro. He's just talking about what happened. He's not, you know what I mean? And that's kind of the bullshit about it.
Yeah. And by the way, the most egregious thing Cam Newton never did or said was, or in his time as a podcaster, was wanting to go back to the Falcons. Like, ain't no shit that he has said since that offended me in the slightest. That one, it was like,
if
even then I understand it because he's from Atlanta. I mean, yeah, I get it. You know, it's a job, and he's from Atlanta. That's his spot. But, man, I ain't trying to hear no Cam Newton to the Falcon bullshit, man.
Nah, man, the comments, bro. Y'all act like Cam Newton needs to do, like, the amount of shit that Cam Newton did for this organization. I don't think a lot of people understands that shit. And that bugs the hell out of me. He did so much.
Cam Newton got paid for all that shit. Y'all quit acting like he took a low pay cut blowjob.
Oh, yeah, but let's also not pretend like we've ever had a quarterback better than him, Pickle. Yeah, but we've also never had a quarterback anywhere near as good as him or a player that ever put us on the map as much as Cam Newton before. So it's not like it don't matter either. It matters when Cam Newton says something, just like it matters when Steve Smith says something.
Cody, let me ask you this. When did
if the masses agree with it?
For Cam.
Wait, you were breaking up, Pop. Say it again.
When did they go in the draft and get all these weapons? When did they go in the draft and get all these weapons for Cam? When they got
never
for Cam?
Never.
I never seen none of that stuff. And we are complaining. Stop it, bro. Man loves Carolina, bro. Stop.
Yeah, not to this degree. Not to this degree. Yeah, and by the way, I feel like there's a lot of Panther fans and Bryce stands. You know, the super Bryce defenders that are like, they're turning their back on Cam for a guy that hasn't proven anything yet, man. Like, we're all wanting Bryce to be good, but, like, you're not going to discredit a former MVP like his opinion doesn't matter just because he's saying some shit that you don't want to hear either.
Well, let me say this real quick. Yeah, and I agree with about what everybody said. I really do. Cam Newton's just saying what he thinks. He's always done that. Cam Newton liked somebody that nobody else liked. He says it. And you know what? Back when he said we should go for Bryce, and Bryce was the guy, half of this panel and half of them idiots in the chat were going at Cam Newton with a knife, cutthroat city. Now it's all reversed. Now the Bryce sexuals are going after Cam, and everybody that did have their knife in Cam's back and dropped that bitch and hugging him.
Yeah.
Same damn bullshit.
You're not wrong.
The only person that is the exact same as he always has been is Cam Newton. Now, I know it breaks everybody's heart, but that guy can have changed his mind just like me and you. I know when they drafted Luke Kuechly, I said that was an idiot decision. Guess what? I was wrong. I've said that countless of times. There's a lot of other people out there that I can say that to that we drafted. Why? Because I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot fan on YouTube making idiot comments. That's what I do.
Pickle.
That's what we all do. We go on YouTube, we make idiot comments, and guess what? The team don't give a damn. Bryce Young
Pickle.
Give a damn.
Nah, I don't give a damn.
Cody, you need to
the
clip
fans
that.
Give a damn.
Clip that, please.
Pickle.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey, Pickle, what are Bryce lovers called again?
Bryce sexual.
Oh man, it's really
Fucking pro Bryces.
Oh my god, this shows off the range.
And Morgan sexuals. They
all right.
I don't even know what he's saying anymore.
Let's use up the fucking word sexual in the first hour of the show, damn it.
Just jealous because
I ain't jealous of shit. I'm tired of hearing you just say sexual.
Give us some ice cream, y'all. Hurry up.
All right, man. Yeah, somebody tell Pickle to calm down. Let his blood pressure calm down a little bit.
My blood pressure ain't even up yet.
Oh, not yet? All right. That'll be later in the show. But no, man. I mean, look, like, I understand that we're all tired of having this discussion.
I'm not.
But it's like, I don't know, man. Like, we're gonna have to continue to hear it until some major advancements.
Well, Cody, can I help answer that?
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
So the question was, like 20 minutes ago, what would be a major advancement with his skill level? And I would just like to see an average quarterback. If I see him improve to be an average quarterback, then I think we could be successful.
Yes, sir. I agree with that completely. I mean, yeah, just if, and by the way, that's what he was not last year. He wasn't even average last year. Exactly. So if we're able to get that this year, then yeah, that's a major step forward. And my man Anthony's back on the show. What's up, Ant?
What's going on, boys? What's going on?
What's up, man?
Chilling, man. You already know what we're talking about.
What up, though?
What's up? Yeah, no, I'm just working. I just thought I'd pop in.
Oh, you're back.
Cut out, Ant.
You got me?
What? Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. What'd you make of what Cam said, man?
Well, I touched on it, what was it, yesterday a little bit. Listen, I love Cam Newton. He's my favorite Panther of all time. All right. And I just think there's some context being missed with what he's talking about here. All right. One, when the draft was, when it was the pre-draft, he said he would take Bryce Young as the GM if he was the GM. Okay. Right now, what he's referring to, everyone's saying, well, he's allowed to change his mind. He's not changing he's not saying that. He's saying the state of where all the quarterbacks are right now, he'd take either of them over Bryce Young. He's right. They proved more. But I don't think, like, I just don't, I don't agree with the notion that this is who Bryce Young is after one season. I get it. A lot of fans have no hope. But I don't see how last year was just a proper evaluation of who he is as a player. Everyone keeps bringing up his size, like, oh, he's not big enough to play in the NFL. The dude played the whole season. Like, I just don't understand some of these narratives that are brought up around him.
Well, wait a second there. I've been very hard on Bryce for over a year. Not once have I ever brought up his size.
I'm not talking to you, Christian.
I know, but you're speaking in generalities, and like I don't think
you're talking about people like me, homie.
Yeah.
I guess I could consider if you're one of the people that's like you know, I don't understand how like the whole listen. I don't want to point fingers at people, but I know he's not on the show. But our boy Greg, all right. His original argument for why he didn't want to draft Bryce was because he wasn't going to last an NFL season. Then the whole thing switched to, oh, yeah, Bryce is just a bad quarterback. So simply, I don't know what it is because in my opinion, I don't think he's a bad quarterback. Now, maybe is his ceiling not as high as I thought it was going to be? Yeah, maybe. But I also was never one of the people that was worried about, like, his size. I just don't understand how that's an argument in the case that he literally played a full season last year. Mind you, he got sacked 62 times, and the kid got up. So I don't know, man.
I'll break it down for you.
Is this we fans just want to draft a different dude? Hey, listen, if he sucks this year, I've been saying. Yeah, I've been saying this. And listen, what have I said? I know Cody knows. I just want to see what the kid can do with a 16th ranked offensive line and like the 17th ranked wide receiving core when the ship isn't sinking and we can give an evaluation for him. If he's bad next year, guys, as a Bryce Young fan, I'm gonna say it right now. I don't want him as our quarterback if he can't be the future in a competent situation. But as of right now, I mean, he's the quarterback. So I don't know. Personally, I'm just sick of all this Bryce discourse, man. Like, I don't know, man. It just doesn't make that much sense.
All right, I'll break it down for you. So where most like people, let's just say like people like me say, when they bring up his size, usually if you're 6'1" and below, you gotta have attributes about yourself. Like meaning you gotta be at least somewhat like a Kyler Murray, Micah Vick. You gotta be able to be a playmaker. His arm talent was never really there. And when it came to like timing routes and stuff like that, he's not able to do that. So it ain't really just all about his size. It's just all that added up in there. We was told he was gonna be Steph Curry. He makes wide receivers better. He didn't. It was basically false advertisement. And I know you can bring up some stats and stuff, but when he had time, he still didn't do anything with it. So that's why a lot of people or people like me are naysayers. Cause like when I watch all of this,
and I wanted
you
to
can't sit there and deny that didn't happen.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I want to defend you for a second because everybody got real mad at me last year on YouTube and on Twitter when we would keep it real because we would do the film rooms and we would show everybody that there were plays where there were open receivers that Bryce either wasn't seeing or would just miss them. And there was that narrative that, well, it's only the bad team around him. And yes, there was a bad team around him. I mean, look at all the upgrades that we've made on offense. That's as far as you need to look as to know as how bad we were around Bryce last year. But I feel like so many times because the team was so bad that it meant that the fan base was willing to make excuses for him on plays that he's just straight up messed up by himself.
Yes.
And that's why I'm saying that the pressure on him this year is better. Like, I don't want just an average quarterback. I want to see something. I want to see flashes of special. I want to see flashes of the type of talent that you have to be picking number 1 overall to get. That's what I want to see from Bryce. Otherwise, I feel like we drafted Tua Tagovailoa, and I feel like he might not even be a Dolphin in the next few years.
I agree with that. I agree with what Anthony was saying. Was like, I want to see what he can do, but I think what's unfortunate is that, in my opinion, Bryce is who he is. He's never, ever, ever going to have a rocket arm. Never. If you think he is, you're smoking something. He's never going to have those jets. He's never going to have the Kyler Murray feet. He has accuracy, but he did have trouble in college seeing open receivers, more particularly down the middle of the field. And we saw that translate into the NFL. Where he succeeded was when the play broke down and he ran towards the sideline and waited for somewhere to throw, a lane to throw, and the receiver was there. So unfortunately, we're just not going to see the rocket arm. We're not going to see the jets. I was hoping that he would have better pocket presence coming into the NFL, but he didn't. Unfortunately, maybe he could still work on that. So I think he is who he is, and I would love to see some special moments as well, but I'll settle for average.
Okay, let me just say this.
I agree. But unjustly, I think it's the word that I want to use, because if you got to have the best wide receiver, the best running back, the best tight end for your quarterback to perform, what is that saying? Because once again, we're talking about you're right, but we're talking about a future Hall of Famer quarterback, our own Cam Newton, who didn't have no Pro Bowlers, who did not have the best offensive line, and still got us to a Super Bowl. So I'm just saying, it's not like it can't be done, but it depends on what your quarterback have. And now we have to see him have the best of the best just to see Bryce Young be successful. And I just don't like that.
Bro, what? Dude, I think people are missing the point. Dude, these weapons we got, this shit ain't best of the best, bro. It's going to be middle of the pack. That's all I wanted to see from last year. And second, Cody, what is the stereotype with Tua Tagovailoa? Tua Tagovailoa can't even do anything if the play isn't exactly going as planned. So that I don't understand. And the third thing is, everyone keeps acting
Sorry, I
like
missed
we
what you're
didn't
saying. It was
see
breaking up
any
on my end.
flashes
Sounds like
from Bryce
Bryce.
last year. Like, what are you talking about? Bryce
Bro,
broke out of a
did
sack
you say
last
when the
year.
play breaks
bro.
down? No,
I
no, you
mean,
just
it
said when the
showed.
play breaks down that he crumbles and has no other options. Like, okay, I didn't see anything more from Bryce this past year. That's all. Like, I have to see more than Tua
I
in
disagree.
order for me to say that he's a
Hey,
better prospect than Tua.
and can I say this about the
Like,
whole
you're
Tua
comparing
situation,
his.
bro? If you
I'm
even if you
saying you're
look at like Tua's numbers, he only did well against. Well, he did good against the Cowboys. So I can't say only. When he played usually good teams, his yardage and all that stuff went down like 100 yards. When he played Kansas City, it showed he can even throw in cold weather, bro. You know what I mean? So it's still some stuff on him. You know what I mean? Where he has to prove. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to him, hey, if they sign him, hey, good for them. They're gonna be in the hole for a good minute. But even Tua has to show, cause it's like last year. He can beat all the bad teams with ease, but when it came to the real good teams, he struggled against them, except for
And
the
it took
Cowboys.
it took him into his third year before he even showed that sign of promise, which I think is what Dees was saying earlier about 2025 being the year to really see something from Bryce.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
just think.
Well, let me let Anthony finish, and then I'll let Pickle answer a question. Go ahead, Ant.
Listen, I've said many times, like, dude, it was disappointing. I want to see more. I'm just saying, like, I think the season was fun. Like, I mean, I saw a couple of flash plays. Like, don't get me wrong, I saw a couple of flash.
You're cutting out, Ant.
Yeah, you're starting to break up,
You're
Ant.
choppy.
Yeah, Ant, you're breaking up. Your reception's terrible, bro.
I thought that was me. I was
Mike
like, oh, Lord.
saying his Mike telling him to quit lying. You know what I mean? That's what's going on.
Nah, your mic is struggling, bro. Try and come back in another minute, and then we'll see if you have better connection. Go ahead,
My
Pickle.
boy D chilling, boy.
Yeah, I
What
got
was
a
your
question. I know everybody's talking about Bryce and all that.
That's this one for you, D.
I like to think ahead a little bit, so I'm just going to throw this thing out there because I want to say it. If the decision is made that we need to go get another quarterback to start at the end of this year, who is that quarterback? A rookie or a free agent?
At the end of this year?
At the end of this coming year. Everybody's talking about it. Let's cut the bullshit. If you're going to talk about it, think about what's next. Don't think about, as long as we get that guy out of the way, fuck that shit. We're going to get him out of the way. Let's talk about who replaces him.
Okay.
My pick, sorry.
Bring up
What
Andy.
up, Kyle?
Bring up Andy.
What up?
Almost 129 years old.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Hey,
Damn, pickle aggressive as shit.
Always.
Pass that shit, D.
You want
Pass it.
What's his name? Quint Ewers from Texas. Hell, he already got a connection with one of the receivers on the team.
Oh yeah, he has a connection with two of the players that we just drafted.
Georgia.
I mean, but you know what, Pickle?
You can't say he's short and skinny.
Pickle. So I know you're halfway being a smart ass right now, but to be honest with you, the narrative that there's next year is the bad quarterback class, bro. I feel like every time they say that, there's always a quarterback that comes out of nowhere in college and ends up being that dude, or there ends up being a player that comes out of nowhere that just people didn't see coming. You know, and so it's like whenever people say, next year is a bad year to get a quarterback, and maybe we don't know that.
No,
but
I don't want him to.
Hey, Cody, can I interrupt you just for a second?
Let me
The only reason that I would be happy getting Sanders is to piss off Dion.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about.
Oh yeah, man, Mike gonna take my shit, Pickle. That's what I was just about to say.
Let me let Jake go. Go ahead, Jake.
But then I would move that bitch to long snapper, and I'd tell Dion that's his natural position.
Oh God.
All right,
Bro,
let me let Jake. Then I'm gonna introduce Kyle. Go ahead, Jake.
Nah, I was just gonna say, like, to all the people commenting Shador, he ain't coming here because his daddy said he ain't coming here.
Yeah, his daddy don't even want him to be in Carolina. I mean, hey man, his daddy don't even want him to be in Carolina. Who could blame
Because he's
him?
got to be around his daddy, so he know how to play
Hey,
football.
and hold that thought. Hold that thought.
Hey, I'll take Travis Hunter though.
Oh yeah, straight up. And let me welcome my man Kyle back to the free for all. Kyle, happy to have you, brother. What's up?
What's up, guys? How we doing, Cody? Another great Friday, man.
Kyle, what did you make of Cam Newton's statements? Have you seen them? Did you see them?
I saw it. It ain't shit. It ain't shit. That motherfucker talks shit on his show every single day about somebody. So, like, if someone's gonna ask him a question about CJ Stroud and Bryce Young, obviously he would say, "Well, in hindsight, CJ Stroud had the better season, so I guess we probably should have taken him instead, huh?" But that doesn't really change, like, you know, how the rest of our team performed. So, like, his comments are literally just comments. And everybody that takes it to the point where they're just like, "Oh my God, Cam Newton said this about Bryce," shut the fuck up.
Yeah, man. Everybody got real upset.
Yeah, Cam said.
Go ahead.
Listen, dude. No, and like, listen. Okay, these are my last comments on him, because, like, I actually listen. Today, this year will be a test. Like, I'm not, and I didn't go easy on the kid either last year. Like, I thought some things were his fault and some things weren't. But if Dave Canales can't turn him around, then yeah, we have serious problems. But all I'm gonna say to this is for the people that are saying, well, he needs better things around him. It's like, was he supposed to thrive every single year with Jonathan Mingo, Adam Thielen, Terrace Marshall, DJ Chark, fourth wide receiver on the fucking shitty Chargers depth chart? Like, was he supposed to just take that every year? Like, I'm sorry. There's quarterbacks, you know, they're judged by what they can do when their best playmakers aren't working. And I get it. That's why Joe Burrow and Mahomes and all of them are the best in the league, for sure. But they also have help in the moments where they need those guys the most. So I just think, this is my final conclusion. Cam Newton, he just said the obvious. He wasn't going to lie about, he wasn't going to do any of that because he can't lie about facts. CJ Stroud is a better player than Bryce Young right now. He didn't say in the future he thinks CJ Stroud's going to be better than him the whole NFL career. He's just talking about that 1 year. And the final thing I'm going to say is, for all the people saying, oh, Bryce Young needs this elite, I don't think these guys we brought in are elite or anything. I just think they're upgrades. And I think if we can jump from, like, the 32nd ranked offensive line and 32nd ranked wide receiver core to, like, the early 20s or the teens, I think with a coach that, you know, hopefully believes in him, because otherwise I don't know why he took the job. Like, I think we're going to see growth. And, like, I just don't understand, like, Bryce was rated the number one quarterback coming out of college by most pundits. I mean, it was heavily reported the Texans wanted him too. Like, so I just think, like, people bringing up stuff of factors we already knew. We already knew he was small. We already knew he didn't have a cannon. And this year you're hoping to see the things that you didn't last year, that you kind of saw last year in spurts on a way more consistent basis.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm going to say.
I agree. I agree with what you said, Ant.
Yeah.
Is there any does anybody else have any other thoughts on Cam Newton before we move on to another subject?
Not at all.
You're breaking it out.
Bro, you're breaking up, bro.
Say it one more time, Pop. Nah, you're breaking up real bad. You're breaking up real bad, brother.
All right, I'll cut it.
All right, appreciate you, bro. All right, man. Cole, you back on the show, brother. Any final thoughts?
What up?
Let me see if I got Pop one more time. Pop, let's try again. You there? Nah, Pop went off.
That sucks.
All right,
y'all need that government Wi-Fi. Y'all wouldn't have that problem.
All right. Any more thoughts on Cam Newton before we move on to some of the other?
I got one more thought on Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Cam, I really never liked you as a quarterback, but I accepted you because you were a Panther. Shut the hell up, fool!
Oh no, you didn't.
Damn.
You go, no,
I
you didn't.
damn sure did.
No, you
I
didn't.
damn sure, and I only did that to piss people off. By the way, I didn't do that
Tennessee
for any
sucks,
other
Pickle.
reason. Just to piss.
Tennessee sucks,
I'm
Pickle.
talking to you folks in the chat, by the way.
He didn't even mean it.
Bryce Young,
Hey, Kyle, you know I can't allow that, Kyle. I can't allow that.
shut the hell up. Oh, you didn't talk anyway. All right, well, never mind.
Somebody give
Hey,
him some cookies and cream ice cream.
Hey, are y'all getting any background noise from me?
No, I'm good.
Nah, you sound clean.
All right, good deal. So I wanted to talk about this. Oh wait, let me try and get Pop in one more time. Pop, go ahead, man. Let me see if we got your back.
Yeah, how I sound now?
Yeah, perfect.
Clear.
Go ahead, man.
I was going to rebuttal back to Anthony, and this is just for everybody. Yes, we were all told that he's very smart. He makes great decisions. Yada yada yada. But they also didn't tell you that he was the most hit and sacked quarterback in college the years he played. That's not because Alabama had a bad offensive line. I just want y'all to do your research on that.
Okay.
No, dude, I know one of his things, that's one thing that I had him as a con coming out of college was he holds on to the ball too long. And he did it last year too. But I think it was a combination. Sometimes he was holding it too long and a guy popped free at the last second where he just wasn't looking for him, or he was just holding on to the ball where there just wasn't anyone open. So again, I think it's a mix of both. I mean, we'll see this year. Again, though, I mean, if he doesn't show me anything, sure, let's move on and get a quarterback. But I'm done hearing all this, well, we need to know. If you get another quarterback, go get as many weapons as you can. Go make his job easier. That's the name of the game now. The ages of, I know, dude, Cam Newton was a way better prospect coming out of college than most of the guys coming out nowadays. The NFL is just a way different sport now. You're not going to get another Cam Newton. That's just why I don't hold these guys to that standard, even if you're drafted number one.
Can I ask the whole panel a question? Everybody here?
Yeah, man.
Who is the best quarterback in Carolina Panther history?
Cam motherfucking Newton.
Come on now. No, hold on. Yeah,
Steve Berline.
Cam Newton.
Come on now.
Cam Newton.
Steve Berline, man, kick ass.
Jimmy Clausen.
That's Steve Berline.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Derek Anderson.
Rodney Pete.
Stephon LaFleur.
Did he say? Did he say
I'm
Derek
about to start
Anderson?
kicking everybody out this show, man. Y'all acting.
Don't
Man,
kick
Steven
Nico,
Davis
dude.
is the best running back in Panthers history, but
To
I'm on
my
with that.
quarterback.
Hey
Damn.
man, in reality, Cody, I run my lip a lot here, but in reality, Cam Newton and Jake got us to the Super Bowl. Now you can argue on how they got there all you want, but they still were starting quarterbacks who got us to the Super Bowl. And hey, I'll never forget those Super Bowls. Now, one of them I'd like to forget,
Never.
but
Yeah, me too.
but at least we made it that far. And the road to the Super Bowl, to that Super Bowl, is by far better than the actual Super Bowl.
But Pickle,
Right.
Pickle, check this out, Pickle.
15-1.
Check this out. Let's not compare him to Cam. Can we get a Jake DeHome? Can we get a Jake?
Without three interceptions in the fucking playoffs in one game, absolutely.
Hey,
I love Jake Delhomme. By the time Jake Delhomme threw them 3 interceptions Cole talked about, he should have never been the starter.
Washed.
Yeah.
He knew that. He knew that. But he was in a situation that previous offseason, his contract was way too much, and he knew that. And he expected to be released. He did. He said that.
Hey,
He
man.
expected to be released. But
Which is-
Jerry Richardson, idiot son, said, "Oh no, give him a contract extension." So he's like,
Which is worse? Cam Newton not jumping on that fumble, or Casey kicking it out of bounds? Which is worse?
Casey kicking it out of bounds.
Yep.
Cam not jumping on that fumble because Cam normally would. Casey hardly ever did that. That was That was a.
That man
Yeah,
got
but we
paid.
were winning. We were winning though, pickle. That shit was over.
Why do we have to bring up old shit?
He
Damn
should have
it!
jumped on that
We're
fumble.
trying to heal these old wounds.
It's all we have.
That's how we came, Cody. Them scars deep, bro. Them scars deep, Cody.
I don't even
sorry.
want to talk about this old shit no more. Nah, I'm trying to move on to the future, man. I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. Look, man, this has been a shut the hell up, pickle.
Man,
Cody.
No, you know, just for y'all, just because y'all are begging me to do so. Drop the rock on y'all asses. What's up? Look, today's been a rare day when Cam Newton fans have had to fight Bryce Young fans. And how apt is it now that we get to welcome a man who is a super fan of both of them, G Baby, in the motherfucking his house. G, what's up, baby?
Hey man, what's good with my dogs, man?
What up, G Baby?
G Baby, do I gotta play that clip of what Cam Newton said about Bryce, or you already heard that shit, bro?
No, I seen that shit, man. I seen that shit, man.
He's trying to talk about Brooks and Sanders.
Well,
Was he right, G baby? Was he right?
Man.
Oh, here we go.
Don't I ain't even trying to put no energy into that shit, man. I love both of them niggas, man. So I ain't getting into that shit, bro.
Nah, come on, G baby. Which one's right? Come on now.
Well, what did you think about what he said, though, bro?
I mean, what was he supposed to say?
Right.
I mean, I don't know. You tell me, but what is he supposed to say?
I mean, I would have said the same thing, bro. I mean,
That's all I wanted to hear, G baby. That's all I wanted to hear. Thank you. Appreciate it.
So,
but when I say I would have said the same thing, I would have just been like, bro, I mean, they all had good seasons, bro. I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with what he said. I think people are blowing it out of proportion just because it's Cam Newton, to be honest, bro. When I first heard it, I didn't really even make anything of it, bro.
I agree.
Nope.
I feel it's been mostly blown out of proportion, but
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, these Bryce Young haters is about to be moonwalking all fucking season, bro. Because we got one hell of a motherfucking roster, man.
I hope so, because I love dancing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all right, Chris.
Compared to last year,
I'm gonna be here to say this. I ain't worried about anybody in the NFC South. Atlanta's got their own issues. The Saints are on their way down. The Bucks, I mean, they lost fucking half that defense. And without Canales, what the fuck is Baker Mayfield gonna really do, you know? So, but when I look at our roster, man, we're gonna give hell to these NFL teams, and then we're gonna catch everybody by surprise, man. I got us taking the division, bro. And with that, that means we're going to the fucking playoffs. I really, truly don't give a fuck about the South.
Damn.
South is trash, bro.
So G baby, I love your loyalty to the team because we all here because we're Panther fans. But man, you ain't been right in so long.
Hey, I had us going. I had us going 12, 13 wins last season. Yeah, I was wrong, but fuck it, bro. I'm a fucking Panthers fan at the end of the day, bro.
Tell him, G baby.
Hey, y'all got me so fucked up. Y'all so down, bro. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Do you know what kind of prospects we just drafted?
Yeah,
the prospects alone, and my gem of the entire draft is Trevin Wallace. That's my favorite pick of the entire draft. A lot of motherfuckers are sleeping on that dude. I'm telling you, that is John Beeson reincarnated. Plays just like John Beeson. Plays downhill, plays side to side. Yes, Cody. Yes, Cody Lack. I promise you. I promise you, bro. I lived through all the greatest linebackers. Bro, I've been a fan. Bro, I'm about to be 33, dog. I'm actually a fucking fan, bro. Pickle will tell you. The OG will tell you, bro. We're actual fans. I've lived through the Dan Morgans, the fucking Thomas Davis, the John Beesons, all these motherfuckers. And when I see a legit back, bro, I'm gonna trust Dan fucking Morgan, bro. I know what the fuck he's doing, bro.
Well, G baby, I don't want to shit on your parade. I am older than you, and I'm a Charlotte native, and I live in Charlotte. So I've seen everything you've seen too. The problem is, your guesstimations be off.
You can guess the locations. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I would have preferred Peyton Wilson instead of Trevin Wallace?
Bro, he's got no ACLs. Why are we gonna draft a dude that has two torn ACLs, and he's got a shoulder-ending season-ending injury, bro?
You cannot tell me that shit is not made up. What type of man doesn't?
That's
have
not
an
made up, bro.
ACL?
Those are facts, bro. He's got injuries, dog.
Let me give y'all insight real quick. So you know, GOAT part of the Black Cat Panther Podcast. His old lady, knows the Peyton family, Peyton Wilson family. He has been having surgery since high school, bro. He is bone on bone. He is nuts and bolts, bro. Nuts and bolts. That's why he failed. I call him Mr. Android. Or Mr. Tintan Man. Because
it's okay, Cody. He'll sign here after his rookie contract's up. Fuck that shit.
That's why he failed in the draft, bro.
Tell him, Cole.
Because
Cole, it's not even that, bro. I'm just being honest,
138 goddamn tackles. I don't want to hear
I get it.
that motherfucker Wallace coming in here and start hunting people. You gonna hear me all damn season.
Wallace also played in the SEC, dog. Dude, Wallace is a fucking dog, man. Y'all are sleeping on Trevor Wallace, bro. And I'm telling you, we're gonna come back at this
man
draft.
got no ACLs, and he playing like Luke in college.
Hines Ward and John Elway played their entire NFL career with no ACL.
That's the QB position.
This is a QB. How
what
is he running to hit somebody? Hold on. But okay, the one wide receiver get away with that, but that's an anomaly. Just like with our guy TD, it was an anomaly to have 3 ACL tears and still come back and be a dog like that. That don't happen every day. But are you really want to bet your money on a guy who's has been having surgery since high school?
Absolutely not.
I'm cool on that.
What do we do with Thomas Davis?
I think.
All I'm just saying is that it doesn't surprise me in the damnedest bit if he goes to Pittsburgh and then balls the fuck out and does all the things that we expected him to do.
For how many years?
I think that the Panthers doctors would not approve his health here. And the team decided, and Dan, in his wisdom, decided if we draft him, they're never going to approve his physical. And the team doctors likely told him we'll never approve the physical. So that was it in the discussion. They took him off the draft board and went on. Don't mean it anything personal. It just means they couldn't stomach drafting that way, and life goes on.
I have to agree with G Baby on this one, man. I was crying for Peyton Wilson in the second round even, but here's the thing, man. I gotta have faith in Dan Morgan, who played middle linebacker. He knows shit, man. If he thought Wallace would be a better prospect, then I'm with it. I'm for it.
Luke Kuechly is inside that building every day. You ain't gonna tell me they ain't gonna sit down and have lunch talk. Luke Kuechly's like that with Peyton Wilson.
That's funny that you said that, Pickle.
What was it?
And I believe the doctors stepped into play, and life goes on.
What was the Michigan linebacker that we drafted? What was his name?
Barrett.
Michael Barrett.
He's supposed to be good too.
He's getting a lot of praise. I think he's going to be
He's 5'11", 237 pounds. But
he's small.
He's small to me. I don't know where they're going to use him.
He played some safety in college too, so. I mean, he's probably, to me, in my opinion, he's the best coverage linebacker we have on this roster.
But Pitt, this is my problem. This is my problem with some of the guys in the organization, right? Especially the pillars that we have that's still in the building. I watched Luke Kuechly talk to Christina Balboni today, or whenever they did that Panther huddle, and they asked him about Trevor Wallace and what he liked about him. You talking about somebody who moonwalked on water? He ain't say nothing he liked about the kid. That makes me wonder.
That is a good point. Now that you mention it, he really
said the
did mention
regular
that
things.
linebacker one time, didn't he?
Side to side, stuff like that.
Not one
the
time.
regular things.
Yeah, not one time. He didn't mention the
asked her
linebacker.
about him. And she's like, what do you like about him? He's like, well, the core and this, that. And he just started bullshitting around talking about some other shit. I'm like, bro, answer the damn question.
Yeah.
What
Hey,
you like about him?
this is a different topic, but same topic. What do y'all make of the Carolina Panthers essentially firing 2 of their pro personnel scouts right after the draft?
Fucking amazing, bro. That's Dan Morgan working, bro.
One guy was Scott Fritter, guy, so you knew he was out of here.
Yeah, exactly. And
but they might not do that before the draft. Did they just not want to do that process while they were in the middle of forming the big board and stuff.
Because right. That's exactly it.
Yeah, because they're
Pickle.
pro scouts. They're pro scouts, so they help with the pro. And what something they also do is a pro scout, if I understand correctly, a pro scout will also advise the GM of who they think in X team is going to be available, so the team can plan out that right. And and pro scout does a lot of free agent hype, lets the team know which guy's going to be free agent, which may end up in training available, and that's how they make their free agent board. And after free agent sets, or at the same time, they're making their draft board.
Yeah, they
not only that, Pickle. What else did Dan Morgan say today? He said he wanted to work the waiver wire. And if you change the head of the pro scouts out, now you've got a little better picture of what that waiver wire looks like.
Right.
When a team lets somebody go, you've got a fresh,
Mm-hmm.
yes, sir. You got a fresh opinion out there, and that's what Dan Morgan's doing. He's setting this team up to bring some more people in through that waiver wire.
It ain't over with yet. If some of these guys that are just barely hanging on, and like I said on my spaces, and a lot of people don't go there, and that's cool. A lot of the guys you see on this roster that barely made it, they may not make it afterward, after preseason, because it's fight for your job time. It's I'll be real. It's Chandler Zavala. Just because he was drafted in the 3rd round last year, don't mean shit to these people on this roster. If you don't show up and fight for your job, hey, I'm a Tennessee fan. I like me some Cade Mays. If he don't fight for his job, his ass ain't gonna have it.
Yep. And the other part of their job is not just pro scouting and looking for talent on the waiver wire. They also are supposed to scout teams. So what they do is they get a report of who we're going against a week ahead of time, get all the information they can get about the players, the scheme, and they bring it to the coaches, and the coaches sit here and game plan for that team.
Right. And let's be real. Some of them guys that they let go, that one guy was brought here by Matt Rule, and the other guy was brought here by Scott Fitterer. And we've sucked the whole time since. So it's time to. The fact is, and I'll be honest with you, Dan Morgan made reference that may not be the only ones gone, and I hope not. I hope a bunch more.
Me too. Yep.
Me and Ant were saying this past season. The whole entire scouting department needs to get the fuck out of Carolina.
Yep.
Cody, did y'all talk about that at the beginning of the show? Because I'm beyond excited about that, and I wanted that to happen a long time ago, but I got explained why they didn't, and it was a smart move.
Yeah, I mean, do it, man. It's a free for all, brother.
And then basically, really, like,
I just think they feel like they got to go.
Oh.
Now you good? Go ahead. I just want to throw that in there quickly.
Oh, my bad. But like, basically, like, the man told us from the moment that he took the job that he was trying to build this foundationally from the top to the bottom or whatever. And everything is fine with, drafting talent and doing so forth, but you still got to be structurally founded also. So if you're already seeing that this hasn't been working and so forth, you got to get out with the old, bring in the new. So now that you brought in the new, see how they evaluate if that don't work out. Hey, you do what you got to do. I'm optimistic that we're in a better direction, just for the fact that he's at least trying to explore other measures to try to make us a better organization.
Hell yeah. And I not on this, and this might sound like kind of ratchet, but shit, we don't need no more rats in the damn building. Get them the fuck out.
Shit,
we don't need nobody. We don't need nobody
tampering in that bitch, man.
Right. We don't need nobody sitting here causing, division when we're trying to not only build our team but our organization. Get them out. Get them out of here. You don't trust them?
I agree.
Hit them with the ice pick.
Bam. I mean,
we've trimmed a lot of fat this offseason, Cody, and it's a lot more still to go, but we're getting
Bruh. Have y'all talked about the roster yet, man?
Not all the way.
Bro, this fucking roster is nasty.
Tell us about them Texas players, G baby. Go ahead, tell us.
Oh, bro, don't get me started on Jonathan Brooks and fucking Davion Sanders, bro. Listen, y'all. Listen. I love Greg Olsen. I fucking love Greg Olsen. JT's breaking them fucking records, man.
Oh, JT's
nasty, man. And Jonathan Brooks, I would love us to ease. I want us to ease Jonathan Brooks in, okay?
Hey, and
he doesn't. This is the thing with Jonathan Brooks. His ACL was only partially torn, and it wasn't fully torn. That's why he was.
That's a big difference, G-Baby.
It's a big difference, and that's why he's able to come back so fucking fast, and that's why he's telling everybody he's going to be ready for training camp. But I still would like us to ease the young nigga in. He's only 20. He's only fucking 20.
That's
a bullshit. Never mind.
2024 post-draft dynasty rankings or dynasty rookie running back rankings. They have Jonathan Brooks number 1.
This isn't a surprise. This is not a surprise. He's easily the best back in the draft, y'all.
Guys on the right.
And let me welcome in my boy JJ into the free for all.
Yeah, what's good with you, JJ?
What up, JJ?
What's up, y'all? Hey, I'm in my vehicle and it's pouring outside. Y'all don't hear that shit, do y'all?
Nah, you're clean. You sound better than you usually do if you want to be real.
Fuck you, Cole.
That's true.
No, I'm joking. All right. Yeah, I didn't even see Jonathan, but I said it was a bullshit list. But
you didn't see him on the left.
Yeah, I just saw the guys on the right.
I didn't at first, JJ. I agree with you. I didn't at first. I get ready to scream. I thought, well, where's number 1 at? Then I had to look, and I see him now.
I fell for it too, Pickle. I fell for it too. I'm like, what the hell?
Cody Lack. I gotta give G-Baby his flowers on some shit because I heard somebody else on the TV say that shit before. Brooks got hurt. He was on pace to beat everything that Bijan Robinson had just did. So if you fuck around and you got the better Texas running back and we end up getting the better quarterback, we need to stay ahead of Atlanta. And I think we're doing that.
Listen. Not only that, Cole, but the thing with Jonathan Brooks that makes him so special is his ability to pass block. He's a great pass blocker, and his ability to catch the ball is
We've been atrocious
elite.
in the backfield too, G-Baby, so that's huge.
Hey, G-Baby, I put your tweet up on the screen.
Yes, sir, man. I was watching that game back in 2005, man, when I was living in Houston. I was living in Houston at the time, man.
But this right here is the comparison between
Cody, can I tell you my comp for Jonathan Brooks?
And Bijan Robinson in 2022. Yeah, what's up?
All right. So y'all know I'm fucking all Texas everything. And listen, there was a back that went to Texas that was great. And his name is fucking Jamal Charles, man. Jonathan Brooks runs just like Jamal Charles, y'all. I'm telling you. Y'all got to just... Listen, Texas has always been the RB factory in college fucking football. Ohio State's been the wide receiver factory. But as far as running backs, bro, it's always been fucking Texas. I'm telling y'all, we got a home run hitter. Jonathan Brooks is a fucking dog, y'all. And he's young.
But G-Baby, you gotta admit to this. Let's call a spade a spade. This is high risk, high reward.
No, I can't necessarily say that because he's never been hurt in his entire career, and it's only a partially torn ACL. Like, if he comes back full strength, which I believe he is, everybody heals different. If he's telling me he's a full go by training camp, I'm gonna trust him, and I'm gonna trust the doctors, y'all. So let's just say everything does work out.
He's already running right now. So,
he's running and he's cutting. He said he's cutting now too.
I'm just saying. Because, we have been known to be in the Carolina Panthers Medical Center. We've been known to have a lot of hurt players and keep hurt players. This is a high risk, high reward. I like this guy. I really do. I'm behind you with him. I want them to take their time with him, like you said. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, for sure. But, hey, if you're going to be behind me, G, and this Jonathan Brooks, you got to be all the way with me, G. I don't want that half foot in, half foot out bullshit, bro. All the way in with me, G.
I tell you who all the way in on the running back. That's me.
No Diddy.
Yeah, no Diddy. Great clarification right there. Jonathan Brooks about to be a great running back. He after the rookie year, he might enter the top 5 running backs for the Panthers.
Yes.
That's exactly what the hell we need. And a capable tight end.
I don't think me and G-Baby has ever agreed on any damn thing. Oh, my God.
Hey, man, this is a star. And I even love the tight end even more, bro. Hey, that tight end we got is a vertical threat. I'm not going to come out here and say he's an elite blocker because he's not, but he's a good fucking blocker. No. But But when I say his ability to catch the ball with his hand, he didn't have one drop last year. He's about 6'5". He can move like a fucking deer, and he just runs great routes. He can run every route in the route tree, and when it comes to contested catches, I'll have to send you guys this clip where he caught a touchdown pass and he just gets blasted by the fucking safety, holds on to the ball and just fucking flexes on these niggas, man. Like, he just got that dog mentality, dog.
Talk about his hands, G baby.
And his hands are just big ass man hands. And I was telling y'all this last year, JT Sanders got some big ass mittens, just big ass mittens, man.
He got some baseball mitts.
Blanket hands. He got them blanket hands. What are they talking about?
Yes. He's just like, I'm telling you, man, like Bryce Young always had a great tight end to pass to in college, man. And he just loves passing to his tight ends. When you give Bryce Young a tight end like Deontay Sanders, bro, it's going to open up the fucking field. Bro, just watch. We got a great tight end. And JT Sanders is walking in as the number 1 tight end. I'm going to say this. I'll take JT Sanders over every tight end in the NFC South besides Kyle Pitts. And even then, I still might take him over Kyle Pitts.
I agree, G baby.
Kyle Pitts is not doing what they drafted him for right now.
No, not at all, G. And like I said, even then, I still might take him over Kyle Pitts, bro. I'm telling you, Deontay Sanders is that dude, bro. It's always been a 1A and 1B with him and Brock Bowers throughout the collegiate career.
Those are clean.
He got great hands.
I saw those on Instagram, bro. Those
what is
that? In my opinion.
Yeah, y'all see, I just came across these on.
Tough as fuck. I
came across these on Twitter. This is the Panthers if they had the Hornets.
Hey, that jersey cold though.
That shit is nice.
That is dope.
Them helmets clean as hell.
You know what? I wonder what
That's too much.
DJ Skills' favorite draft player we got this year. I wonder who that is.
Yeah, D's. What was your favorite player, brother? Is D's in there?
He's partial to the.
Hey, D, you're muted, bro. D's, you're muted, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, you threw a question at me real quick. What did you say, Cody? I'm sorry.
Papa's wanting to know who your favorite draft pick was.
Yeah, JT Sanders, because I was scared we weren't going to go that route. I thought we were going to go defense there to kick off the fourth round, but we ended up going JT, and we had picked him in mocks like 3 or 4 times on the free for all. So a lot of people had him as the number 2 tight end. I know Snot went over him, and
thank God.
I'm not sure about. I think Stover went over him too, but I'm glad he was still there on the board. I'm excited about JT Sanders. I think that was my favorite pick. I really do. The Wallace one, I'm glad G-Baby sold on him because that's the one that I'm really unsure about. I'm not sure about that Wallace.
Don't be unsure about it, G. I promise y'all. Trevin Wallace is going to be the gem of the draft. I'm telling y'all, watch. You're going to come back and you're going to watch. Trevin Wallace. There's a reason why Dan Morgan went and got that motherfucker in the 3rd round, y'all. Like, there's a reason I'm going to trust Dan Morgan. Dan Morgan also drafted Bobby Wagner. He drafted Tremaine Edmonds. He drafted who was the other fucking linebacker? There was another great back. All these backs, he fucking handpicked, dog. So I'm going to trust Dan fucking Morgan, y'all. And I'm telling you, when I watch film on this guy, I see John Beeson reincarnated, bro. And if John Beeson never got hurt, like a lot of motherfuckers are going to say this, but I take him over Luke Kuechly, bro. And that's just me. I watched both Luke Kuechly and John Beeson. Bro, John Beeson was that nigga before he started getting those injuries. I don't give a fuck, y'all.
I ain't taking up. Yeah, I'm not taking him over.
Y'all are tripping. Y'all must have not watched John Beeson in his fucking prime, bro.
G-Baby, I want to give you this credit, though, about Wallace, because he said that if somebody gets in his way and he's got to fucking hurt somebody and hit their ass, I am perfectly cool with that. That's the type of mean ass linebacker I love. So yes, I do have expectations for him.
Well, and he's only 20, Cole. He's only 20 and he has 2 daughters. He's got 2 daughters, and I like that because I got fucking 3 kids, bro. So I know that he's gonna give it all for his daughters. And he said, "Hey, that motherfucker in front of me is taking food away from my fucking daughters, bro. I fuck with that mentality."
He got the killer instinct in his mind. Like the mindset, he's like, I don't He said, "I want to hurt
That's
you.
what
I
I
want you
want.
to fear me."
Hey, Pop, you let
That's
him
how you
learn
play
from Dan
linebacker.
Morgan,
They can do
Shaq
whatever they want with the
Thompson,
rules, but that's how you play.
Josie Jewell. You let him soak up that knowledge from them. Oh man, come on now.
Yeah, that's
Come on
why.
now.
You know you got to talk to Luke too, G baby.
This is the only
Yep.
time. This is the only
Yep.
time I'm gonna root for Shaq. I need Shaq to stay healthy this whole year. Please,
Yes.
please,
Yes.
football guys, let Shaq stay healthy all
Please,
year.
please,
So
please.
this man can sit back and learn, so he don't have to go out there early. I do not want
Yes.
him out there early. Let
He
him
might
sit
be
back.
better than Shaq.
The potential is one thing. I'm just saying, I need him to sit here and learn.
Yes.
Sit here and learn. Don't get thrown out.
Because we
Shaq hasn't
got
been
to
healthy
still build for the
last 3
future. We
years.
are still building for the future, y'all. Most definitely.
I don't think we praise Shaq enough too, because he's taken some hellacious pay cuts for our team. He's done a
Yeah,
lot
and he's
for our
the
team.
longest 10-year Panther.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
So,
I'll
JJ
tell you,
Jansen.
I wouldn't
JJ
say that.
Jansen.
I wouldn't say
JJ
that. I wouldn't
Jansen.
say he took hella. They just
Yeah.
moved his money down the line. They ain't take cuts. He took one cut, and the other two they just moved down the line. So don't feel bad about it, bro. He's a millionaire.
I'm just scared about
That's
him in
true.
pass coverage, like
After
always.
this
And that's been
year,
the same for 5 years.
After this season, Shaq's an unrestricted free agent, but he still gets $5 million, $4
This is
million.
it, Pickle.
I mean, that's chump change, though. I mean,
But see, this is it. I think Shaq knows this is his last year.
This is it, G baby.
I think he knows that. Shaq knows this is his last year in Carolina. Like, I know that motherfucker's gonna give it his all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah,
And that's all I can ask for. And hey, y'all, I'm telling y'all right now, man. Stephon Gilmore's coming to Carolina, man. Does
book it.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
is anybody wearing number 0?
That needs
No.
vegetarian.
Gilmore is.
They're
That's why
keeping that
Sanders
number.
is
They're
not
keeping
wearing
that 0 for fucking Stephon Gilmore, bro.
Absolutely. I believe that too.
That 0.
What was his number in college? Wasn't it 5 or something?
I believe it was 1.
No, it wasn't
Definitely
1.
a single
It wasn't
digit
1.
number, though, wasn't it?
It wasn't 1.
Yeah, in college it was 5.
It was 5. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, it was 5.
And I think that's
But-
free too.
Yeah, because Nick Scott has number 21. He took number 21. Deontay Johnson took number 5. And then Jonathan Brooks has number 24. So I'm pretty sure Dan Morgan was like, hey, take 0. We'll hold on to 0.
Boy, 24 is going to look good running up and down that sideline. I'm ready.
So that's why Tavion Sanders is rocking 85.
Hey, real quick. Hang on, real quick. Since we're on the topic about players and numbers, something that came out today was Dan Morgan talking about the Panthers being aggressive in the waiver wire.
Where do you focus your attention going forward?
Yeah, so I think the pretty cool thing, about us right now, we don't want this to be every year, but we're first on the waiver wire transaction. So anybody that gets cut, we're going to have first dibs to be able to claim them. So, I think we'll be aggressive there. I think if the right opportunity presented itself, the right player presented themselves, that, we'd have the opportunity to claim them and get them on our roster. And then, I think it's just always about, looking every single day at the waiver wire, who gets cut. Once the season starts, same thing. Guys are going to get cut. So we're going to be continuously looking to improve the roster and whatever happens.
So what do you make of Dan Morgan saying that?
Oh, man, I hope some great offensive linemen get cut.
Okay.
That's I want to still continue to work on the offensive line, man. We still got to build this wall.
Do y'all think that they really are going to be aggressive, or is he just?
I believe that shit. You got the number 1.
If you got the number 1 slot, you better do something.
Yeah, if somebody's available that they want, they're going to take him.
Yeah.
They're going to try anyway.
They're going to be aggressive. This is the first time he's ever said they're going to be aggressive. So I believe it. I know D-Baby said he wants O lineman. I want the best edge rusher.
Yeah. I'd be cool with that.
There should be a lot of really good players.
Or corner. Man corner.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. Especially if
or
they
center.
don't sign Gilmore. Which I think.
Well, you heard about that. Brady Christensen is working that number 2 spot behind Austin Corbett.
Better get right.
Yep.
I like that though because bro, Brady Christensen is versatile and his athleticism is just
That's
bro.
Cody's
So
boy.
like
They
if he
wouldn't
can
listen
move
to
to
me.
the center, shit.
I wanted him on the inside. Everybody wanted him on the outside. I want him on the inside.
They're gonna ask Brady to play every position on that O line before it's
And he
all said and
can.
done.
But
He can.
that's why he's so valuable though, Lack. That's why I fuck with Brady Christensen, bro.
I think he'll be better on the inside than outside.
Baby, before you jump out the window.
I've been one of the defenders for a long time. I've been a Brady Christensen.
Cody.
You have.
Yep, you have.
really
You have. You have.
Brady Christensen's going to play.
We ain't seen him play center yet, though. We ain't seen him play center.
Brady Christensen's going to play every position on his offensive line this year. He's going to be pretty good at all of them, all 5. Then he's going to hit free agency and max out his contract.
Oh, he's gonna get paid. He's gonna get paid.
I agree that because you know what, you never know, Pickle, because this is last year and this is Corbett's last year, so they might just throw him right in there, let go of Corbett and sign him to a small deal.
That might be the plan.
That's open competition right there, sir.
There you go. Because I mean, you got to think about it. You got one person who had a bicep issue. I mean, which it don't take long to heal from, if you do it right. But you've had all season, and you got a guy with the whole busted knee twice, MCL and ACL. I mean, just saying.
I feel like Brady Christensen's maturity is growing too, man. Like he's starting to. Is this year 3 or 4 for Brady Christensen?
This is 4. This is last year.
Okay, so this is 4th year. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but you know, Matt, Brady Christensen got to be a little bit pissed off.
Yeah,
you know what? He may enter training camp. Hey, you know, I was a starter. I get hurt. Now I'm a fucking backup at a different position. That might piss a man off a little bit.
Hey, real quick. Kyle has to jump out of here. Kyle, we appreciate you, brother. Give me your final thoughts.
Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, it's a good show. I'll have it on my phone. I just gotta step out.
Hey, do your thing, brother. We appreciate
you. Take
it
easy, Kyle.
Yes, sir. See y'all later.
And something else I want to throw out there because he's had his own issues of staying healthy, but just so everybody remembers, Connor Williams is only 27. He is available.
He's good.
But he's recovering from an injury, so maybe it's just a matter of
that
time.
would be a great pickup, though, Pickle.
He would instantly be our starting center if he's healthy.
He plays center and he plays guard. That would be a great pickup. Hook him, baby. Hook him.
Man said hook him.
Man, fuck them damn horns, bro. We need to get a few Buckeyes next year.
We did get a Buckeye. See the safety, Jordan Fuller. Or is it Jordan?
Jordan Fuller. Yep.
Hey man,
I fuck with Jordan Fuller. I love that pickup, dog.
He's a dog.
Real quick.
Y'all
real
glad
quick.
we had him.
From the 704 Charlotte Bound Show. Let me welcome the homie Edge. Edge, what up, dude?
What's up, man?
Yo, what's going on, C3? How y'all doing this evening?
Chilling.
What's good with you, Nagger?
What's good? What's good? What's good?
What's good with you, Eggs?
Not much, man. Did y'all love what Cam Newton said about our boy Bryce Young?
I ate it up.
We spent hours discussing it, man. Where you been?
Hey, man, look, man,
he told the truth.
I'm doing some other things, man. I'm doing some other things.
Well, see, you got your priorities messed up, man.
Hey, look. My priorities ain't messed up, but it ain't messed up like Tepper's though.
Hey,
hey man, he got so much money, he don't care about his priorities.
Let me ask Edge. Edge, what did you make of Cam Newton's comments?
He right. He 1,000% right. Think about it.
I don't know about the AR one though.
Bullshit. I'd have took AR over Bryce Young. I'd have took CJ Stroud over Bryce Young. And here's the main reasons why. Think about it.
But we don't have Shane Steichen.
I don't give a damn.
We don't need him.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We just need a coach.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
Mm-hmm.
We just need
all
right. Let's ask.
For Anthony Richardson to be a capable passer in the NFL, he's going to need a good to elite level play caller who can design plays to get him open. Like he need one of them Kevin O'Connell, Sean McVay motherfuckers, Shane Steichen, Frank Wright. Could you imagine? Anthony
y'all
asking
you're telling me Frank Wright. His
not Frank Wright. Hell no.
Frank Wright wouldn't
Wright,
have known what
Frank
to do.
Wright, and
Dog
all his
shit.
coaches are going to make C.J. Stroud or Anthony Richardson superstars. You going to tell me that shit?
No.
Fuck
CJ,
no, I ain't saying that
CJ,
shit. Are you
CJ
kidding
would
me?
have.
That's what I'm
CJ
hearing
would have
right
been
there.
fine. CJ
Look.
would have done the best. But
Frank's
They
old
would have had
ass
a
has
better
got his
year.
face in the coloring book right now. He ain't doing shit for
Come on,
nobody.
Frank
Cody.
Wright
Go
wouldn't
ahead,
know
Cody.
what to do with Anthony
Go ahead,
Richardson.
Nah.
I
Go
ain't
ahead,
saying
Cody.
nothing.
Yeah.
Nah,
Plus,
Cody. I saw
Hey,
the rings on it, bro. Come
I'm
on,
just
Cody.
letting y'all do y'all thing, baby. I'm just sitting here smiling, minding my own damn business.
Nah, I know what you about to say, Cody. Nah, speak
Shit.
that shit, bro.
Hey,
Go ahead.
y'all already know I know how to evaluate my quarterback.
You
Y'all
damn right.
already know.
you
I
damn
told
right,
y'all
Cody.
what my thought on
But
the
let me tell
quarterback
y'all this though,
was
man.
at the time, and it turns out I was right then. So
Exactly. But let me tell y'all this though, man. The only people who are screaming from the top of their lungs to the top of the mountains are the people who support Bryce Young. And you know why?
Bisexuals.
Exactly. And the only thing they can say right now, oh, you a hater. You a hater because Bryce Young is gonna be the greatest of all time. Blah blah blah. Listen, after his first year and what I've seen with CJ Stroud and even with Anthony Richardson, I would have taken Anthony Richardson over Bryce Young. I would have taken CJ Stroud over Bryce Young. And you also got to think about it like this. You also got to think about it like this. Think about it like this. When CJ Stroud came into our building, yes, he had an off game. Every quarterback has an off game. All right. And everybody from the Bryce sexuals want to say that, oh, CJ Stroud 0, Bryce Young 1. No. Let's correct that. The kicker won that game for us, not Bryce Young. Yes, Bryce Young put him. Yes, Bryce Young put him down the field, but the kicker put it in to get the final point.
Eddie P.
It ain't cop bullshit.
If you're gonna go that route, let's be really fucking real. It was Jack.
We started
The
that
kicker
drive
did.
rock,
inside
Cody.
our own 10
Drop the
yard
rock.
line, bro. Bryce Young, bit by bit, went down the field for a game-winning drive for both of our wins, not just that one. How dare, bro? You gave that shit to the kicker? Come on, man. We started.
I know, right? How dare him, right? The gall, man. The audacity in this motherfucker.
I'm gonna talk old man language now. If what you say is correct,
dumbass take that just came out your mouth, like, all right, you go, Pickle.
all right. If you're gonna go your route, Edge, we're gonna look at it this way. I'm going all the way back to 03. If you're going to go your route, Jake Delhomme or Steve Smith or Stephen Davis, neither one of them was bullshit. The best guy we had on there was the same guy who lost the Super Bowl, John Casey. He won all them games. The rest of them are over fucking rated, according to your statement.
I didn't say they were overrated.
Well, I
never said nothing. I never said nothing. I overrated. Never came out of my mouth. All right. Bryce Young put those guys down the field to give the kicker a shot. All the kicker had to do was win the game.
That happens into every team.
It happens all the time.
And let's be real. That's something that Sammy D couldn't do.
Dude, and this is the thing. Imagine, hold on, Pickle. Imagine if Bryce Young went 4 and out, right? And we lose that game. Bro, it would be a fucking heyday, bro.
Yep.
It would be a fucking heyday. But he drove us down the fucking field to win the game.
It won't be a
That's
heyday.
what got me confused, G baby. That's what got me confused. He said Bryce Young didn't win us that game, bro. Bryce Young won us both of our games. He had a game-winning drive on both of our wins this season. That's what lost me.
And let's not admit we got fucked in that Packers game. They fucked Bryce Young in that Packers game.
Y'all gotta stop. We cannot get excited about 2 wins and one game that he played actually good in.
Edge, we had molds in the organization. How could anyone fucking compete and be successful in an organization like this, bro? This is a new regime. This is a new era, bro.
Hey, geez, let me back you up real quick. Let me back you up.
Anthony Richardson would have won 4 games over here.
Like, no, it's just the fucking goal, man. Like, this is the best free agency Carolina Panthers have ever fucking had. This is one of the better drafts that we have ever fucking had. We're about to have nothing but talent around fucking Bryce Young. And these motherfuckers got the gall to have fucking pity. Bro, misery loves fucking company, nigga. I swear to God, bro. And guess what? We're gonna win the fucking division, and I'm gonna shit on all you motherfuckers, man. How about that, G?
Damn, G baby. Damn.
You tell him,
See,
G.
that's the bisexual in him, because I ain't.
I gotta.
Hey man, truth hurts sometimes.
Hey, let me let Anthony go. And Anthony was trying to get in. Then I'm gonna introduce another.
What's up, Ant? What's up? No, for the 5 minutes I got, this is what I'm gonna say. All right. First off, JJ. All right, I've been listening for a little bit, but you gotta stop with that bullshit saying we ain't winning the division. Now, when your ass every time I say we ain't gonna win the division, you're like, bro, we're gonna win the division. Like, no, stop that bullshit. Second thing is the real issue is we can agree. Bryce Young underperformed, all right? But it is clear as day that there are people that just do not like the kid because there is so much fucking miscontext when talking about all these situations y'all bring up. Like, I get it. He had a bad season. Do I think he's a bad player? I don't. But, like, when you're talking about the 2 game-winning drives and you're saying that the kicker won them the game, it's like, all right, I guess the quarterback didn't drive down the field 90 yards on both of those. Like, if we're going to have conversations, you got to be realistic from both sides, whether you like it or not.
Okay, like, and I'll be realistic. I'll be realistic on both sides.
He called me out.
Sides, Anthony.
Jay ready to cook.
I said we was winning 6-8 games, bro. I just said we was going to be better than what people. I said we have a shot at the division. I think the division isn't out of reach, but I genuinely think we win 6-8 games.
Then I misunderstood you, but G, you gotta stop with that bullshit because you're gonna jinx this shit again, bro.
You went right
You're
to
gonna
G,
jinx.
baby.
I agree with him. I agree. G baby gotta relax. But
all y'all Panther fans.
But
all
Anthony,
y'all Panther fans need to understand is this season is. I know we've been through all this losing, man. But this season, all that really matters is if Bryce Young can prove himself and these young guys develop. That's it. Who cares about the wins, bro? Who cares?
Anthony, you right when you said G baby.
I think that's the first thing.
Because G baby does jump out the window. But Anthony, you also got to calm down too, man, because some things are simple. Like, we don't always have to, like, break down all the scenarios, this and that. Some things are simple, bro. The guy is right there. Why are you throwing an interception to the defensive end right in front of your face? Just dead the ball. Just dead the ball. Or when he has a clean pocket and has time, right? We've all watched all 32. When he's had time, he will not throw it to the wide open man to the flats.
He does a check out. He does a check down. Yep.
So that's what I'm saying, Anthony. Don't make it so complex. I do know there's layers to it. When some things are just easy enough to simplify, when that is the problem, just recognize that is the problem.
Bro, I understand.
I'm not gonna lie. When
go ahead, Jay. I mean, all I was gonna say was like, bro, I've been keeping it like real. Like, there's things that I can't deny.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with a lot of things you're saying.
That he's
them
been
lollipop
bad at.
throws.
But I just think, like, I don't know. I just come to like, even people that didn't want Bryce Young, I can have realistic conversations with where it's like writing him off after one season is crazy, man. Like, I just.
Hey, by the way,
Anthony, you're talking to a person who wants Anthony Richardson. So you are talking to somebody who's having a logical conversation with you that didn't want Bryce Young. I hear you.
Yeah,
I agree with
but Anthony though, but Anthony, you also got to look at it like this. How many number one picks that each team that's drafted have been out within a year or two? There's been a lot of them. That's why only 1.6% of these first round picks actually make it to a 5th year. Some make it to the 4th year. That's why it's only 1.6%. And I'm telling, and I'm only saying this. Look, Bryce Young as a person, hey, I love him. He's great. He's cool. People's boom, 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 boom. I'm chill with it. I'm good with it. Bryce Young as a football player, bro, he needs to show me something. Right, the time he needs to show me something is right now. And I said the same thing when we had freaking Derrick Brown, when Derrick Brown was coming up on his third season. All I say about Derrick Brown is Derrick Brown. All I want to see is improvement. I want to see you go after the quarterback. I want to see improvement. And what did he do? Not only did he go after the quarterback, but he also got sacks on the quarterback. He got pressures on the quarterback. He helped stop the run. No, I'm not talking about his fourth year. I'm talking about his third year.
Oh,
his third year is where I want to see improvement. His third year, I saw improvement. And then what happened in his fourth year? Then that's when the record started breaking. Then that's when the pressures really started mounting on. Then that's when people were like, oh, shoot, we need to freaking double team this guy. And guess what? When we double team, guess who started eating that? Guess who started eating on that fourth season? Brian Burns when he got 12 sacks. Frankie Louis when he was coming off the other side. Shaq Thompson, who everybody wants to write off. Shaq Thompson was also eating. Because Derrick Brown was doing his thing in the fourth year. His third year was his I'm set year. His fourth year is, hey, I am here. His fifth year now, guess what? He got a big ass fucking contract. And guess what he's gonna keep doing? He's gonna keep right on eating and right on eating. That's what I want to see. All I want to see from Bryce Young is improvement. I don't care about the wins, I don't care about the losses. I can give two shits about it. If you're gonna ask me for my prediction, hey, look, I'm giving us the 5-game wins. 5 wins. That's all I'm getting.
Hey, how many Pro Bowls? How many Pro Bowls?
Hold on,
Cody, let me rebuttal because
let Ant go.
Everybody, hold up, man. This man has been waiting. I gotta get my guy on the show. From the 704 Charlotte Bound Show. Twan Don, the bad guy in the building. Twan, what's up, baby?
Yo, what's going on, bro?
Hey, try your hardest not to talk about the Knicks, man. Try your hardest, man. This is a Panther. This is a Panthers podcast.
No, go ahead, man. Talk all the basketball you want. Answer better than what we're hearing now.
Panthers
go New York, go New York, go. Go New York.
Orange and blue skies, baby. Orange and blue skies.
Oh, damn.
That ain't gonna last long.
Twan, what's up, bro? Jump in on the convo, man.
Hey, but that's what I like though. Popping bullets, my bad. I love it that everybody doubts us. I love it that everybody doubts us. That's how the Carolina Panthers got to start being. Carolina Panthers got to start embracing the doubt.
I ain't gonna be fake with you.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the Knicks or are you talking about your Panthers take?
Yeah, I'm talking about the Knicks. Oh, I'm talking about the Knicks. My bad.
Yeah, the Knicks. I mean, Brunson's not.
So I don't know if y'all talked about the Cam Newton stuff already, right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, for hours.
Yeah, that's what we were
talking about.
Cam Newton was absolutely correct. I mean, what the fuck else did you think I was gonna say, bro?
He was capping by AR. I'm not gonna lie.
You can't say
no, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
Let me tell you why he wasn't capping. Anthony Richardson showed you way more than you see from your first round draft pick in the 7 games he played. I'm sorry.
He did.
Before he got injured too.
Before he injured, he showed you way more. And this is another thing that a lot of people didn't know. Anthony Richardson Ben had that shoulder
but that coach situation is like 10 times
Ben had that surgery.
I'll touch on that in a minute. Let Twan go. Go ahead, Twan.
Go ahead, Twan. My bad.
Yeah, man. So the problem that I see with the Cam Newton thing is when he says some things, people are like, man, yeah, he's absolutely correct. But when he touched on people's precious Bryce Young, then he became the op.
He hurt some.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, like with the time shift and the generation shift. And what goes on a lot of the Panthers podcasts is you get into like 2 different generations on the same podcast. They can't agree. Two different thinkers. The way people think, Bryce Young has not done anything yet so far. And I'm going to be completely honest about the situation in a way that y'all haven't heard me say before. Bryce Young, like, so far, he ain't shit. But at the same time, I've never said this before, but I'm going to be completely honest. They didn't put the weapons around him for him to have success. Nope. But my brain tells me, even though he didn't have that talent around him, that if he did have some talent around him, I don't see if he would have changed that much. Even if he had some good talent around him, I don't think he still would have been good.
Cap.
That's the thing, bro. See, I've never seen a player like Bryce Young that hasn't done a fucking thing. And he rallies all these people around here and they love him like he's Drake or some shit.
I'm Team K Dot.
And y'all see what's going on with Drake right now, bro.
Oh, hail King Kendrick. Oh, hail King Kendrick. Oh, you know.
Kendrick killed that
Drake's
fool.
the GOAT.
I'm voting
No,
for
he
AI
didn't.
Tupac personally.
Yo, stop it.
Yeah, yo,
Stop.
Cole,
Drake,
don't.
I don't want to start that subject. I don't want to start that subject. I don't want to start that subject.
Drake got way more hits. Come on now.
Yeah,
No, you
Drake,
don't.
AI, let's go.
See, that's some generational shit. You say he got more hits, and it's like with football.
He got better
but
music too.
But when you get fucking murdered, it's just over.
It's over.
You know what, Twan? And this doesn't matter what
You're
generation.
right.
You know,
AR got murdered, bro. He couldn't even stay on the field.
But
Hey, can I rebuttal that?
you know
Therefore,
what doesn't
Cam Newton
change?
was capping about saying AR over Bryce Young.
I just want to bring this
Hey,
up.
Cody, what was
You
your
know what
take?
doesn't change?
I didn't hear your take. Did you? What was you about with the Cam Newton thing?
No, I didn't think Cam Newton said anything controversial. I think he said what the truth was, which is obvious for everyone to see. CJ Stroud has the bigger arm. He's taller, read the field better, fits the ball to a tight window. He does everything, man. And we're still waiting to see some of these things from Bryce. So as of right now, yeah, if you took Texan fans and Panther fans out of the equation and the NFL got to redraft last year's draft, CJ Stroud's going number 1. And that's not
Bryce
even
Young might be in the 6th round, bro.
And also, look, but
That's
Cam
cap.
wasn't even as harsh as people are making him out to be. Cam didn't say nothing bad about Bryce, or that
He did
Cam
not.
or that Bryce couldn't be good this year or going forward into the future. No, he's just saying if you're judging right now, there's not a soul on earth that is putting Bryce ahead of CJ right
You
now,
see-
and
He's
really
right.
even Anthony Richardson to some
But
degree.
Cody,
right. Like-
Cody. That's where it is controversial because he said
Hold on, who said I will?
in the limited time Anthony Richardson showed, he already saying that he's better than Bryce and everything, and that it was a mistake
Absolutely.
that the Panthers. That it's not a mistake by the Panthers taking Bryce Young over Anthony Richardson, and that's what he was saying. Oh yeah, that it was a mistake by us. The motherfucker played 4 games, bro. Get that out of my face.
Can
Hold
we
on. So
Come
are
on
we?
now.
Hold on.
Ain't no
Let's break-
mistake
let's
around
break
here.
it down.
Ain't no
Are we
mistake,
saying that
bro.
the Colts owner is?
Let alone what
is-
Frank
are
Wright
you-
would
Are
have
we
done
telling
with
me the
Anthony
Colts owner
Richardson?
is a better owner than Tepper? Because for one, he's a psycho as hell.
Yeah, yes, he has been. Yeah.
And that's that says a lot. Then
They both fucked up.
So
Hey,
this is
hiring
another thing I want to say.
He
This is another thing I
got
want to say
Shane
real quick.
Steichen now.
Hey, let me get.
My bad. Go ahead. Finish.
No, I've just been trying to get this on because I got to get to this order. But what Edge was saying earlier, man, listen, I 100% agree. And as a Bryce Young fan, just a fan of the quarterback on our team, bro, Cam was 100% correct about CJ Stroud. This Richardson thing now,
Exactly.
what many people overlook is how much a coach can do for you. And this whole fan base shit on Baker Mayfield, and Baker Mayfield's not an elite guy. He's not a top 12 guy or any of that. But you saw what happened with him right when he went to a different
When Dave
coach.
Canales got a hold of him.
Yeah, so like what JJ's trying
when
to
he
say about
when
that.
he went to a better situation. It wasn't Dave Canales. It was a better situation.
Well, I mean, Dave Canales has had a good
That bum
history.
ass
Like,
situation was so great.
These
year
those
before with
skills
Tom
up, boy.
Brady.
so, what do you call it? What was I gonna say? Yeah, so what JJ's just saying is like a quarterback like Anthony Richardson may need a certain coach to help like cover his passing flaws. And the other thing is we just haven't seen him play a full season. Like, trust me, a lot of the people that were AR fans are the same people that said Bryce Young couldn't last a full season. And that was in reverse last year. Like, yeah, maybe Richardson's gonna have a higher ceiling in the NFL, but right now he's got to prove he can stay on the field. So that's all I gotta say, man.
Can I put it? Hey, Anthony.
I agree, Anthony.
Hold up, Anthony. I want you to hear this, bro. Can I say this right here? Or something that we're leaving out, like an aspect that we're leaving out. All right, fuck what we think, right? Fuck what we think. What if you think you polled 100 NFL players, right? What would they say about Bryce Young? Fuck
If
Woj.
you got
They
if
like
you got
him.
if you got
They like
No.
no.
A lot
Can I
of
answer that
NFL
question?
players
I'm
Can I
approve
answer
not
that
of
talking
question?
Bryce
about. I'm
Young.
not talking about if you fan. And
No, no.
it can't be no Panthers players. Not no Panthers players, because they gonna fanboy the shit out of this shit.
Twan, let
But
me
if
answer that
you
question.
ask, and you can't pull no quarterbacks because they gonna all stick together. But if you ask people to give their 100% honest opinion and they don't have to announce who they are like it's anonymous, what do you, and I'm leaving it open for whoever, what do you think they would say about Bryce Young?
I mean, Xavier Worthy said he'd love to come play here. CJ
I said no
Stroud.
Panthers. I said no Panthers.
He's not a
Of
Panther.
course he's going to
Xavier
say that.
Worthy.
He's on the
He's still
team.
in
Xavier
college.
Worthy's
He's
not
not
a
in the NFL.
Panther.
He wasn't in the NFL yet.
He's a
He
Chiefs
wasn't
wide
in the
receiver.
NFL yet. He's supposed
Wrong,
to say
Xavier.
that. He's supposed to say that. He's supposed to say that because he
He's
wasn't in
supposed
the
to say
NFL
that
yet.
shit.
But
So
I got an answer
so
for
you
you.
answered your
Hold
own
on.
question. That you're
No.
asking a question that you know.
Nah. Basically, Twan's point is, try and find someone who gave him credit outside of the people who gave him credit. Like, that's basically what it is. Like,
Because like,
didn't Mike
what I'm
McDaniel,
saying is,
NFL head coach, a great NFL head coach, approve of Bryce Young? Didn't he say he was
Yeah.
great or something like that?
Right.
Yeah,
Didn't
but
he say he had a lot of talent and all that?
But that's what they're supposed to say, though. That's what they're supposed to say. So I don't really get that question.
I got a question too, by the way.
No. I said if you ask all these guys and they're anonymous, they don't have to announce who they are. When people don't have to announce who they are, they're going to be completely honest.
They did the same. They did the same thing when they went around and asked the NFL players anonymously in the on their teams about how the organization was running the stadium and things like that. And they came to find out that Kansas City had the worst voting on their
They tell the
stadium
truth.
because it's nasty, it's old, it needs to be rebuilt. Things that the players have access to. They were voted their worst organization stadium, period.
What about the Hunger Games report?
But
when they asked everybody with Carolina to be completely honest, then we got the Hunger Games report.
So this is the thing. The real answer to that question is it doesn't matter what generation you from. We all should agree. It doesn't matter. The truth hurts. But one thing you can't say is, even though it's the truth is not gossip. So if you're being honest, it is what it is. The problem is people are so sensitive that they'll rather lie.
No, that's what I'm saying, Papa.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Papa Bullis. That's what I'm saying, Pop. In this generation, in this generation,
Cam was
telling the truth
hiding his
doesn't
feelings
matter.
for AR being injured and not being better than Bryce Young.
In this generation, truth telling is not at the top of the list.
Wait,
we all know that.
wait. Come on. Say that again,
JJ.
In this
say it again,
generation,
JJ. No, not you, Twan.
JJ.
JJ, what'd you say?
Some wild shit.
What'd you say, JJ?
I said exactly. You said truth wasn't being told.
No, I said the truth hurts.
Yeah, the truth hurts.
No,
yeah, he was hiding the truth from Anthony Richardson, bro. He was hiding it from AR, man. He was hiding it from that injury-prone player, man, because he's not better than Bryce Young as of now.
He
So
was never hurt in
you
college.
can't convince me that.
He wasn't injury-prone in college. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Anthony Richardson never got hurt in college. He got hurt in high school.
He missed his whole.
Wow.
Well, what happened to JJ?
I don't know. The only thing that I found out about Anthony Richardson is the shoulder injury that he caught. He's been dealing with it since high school. Really getting it fixed. But I tell you one thing.
What up, Cole?
As far as his organization, as far as their owner, it don't look like their owner are getting in the way of how they're drafting and what they're putting around Anthony Richardson. But what I've seen Anthony Richardson do in those 5 games that he played, I've seen more upside than Bryce playing the whole 17. Regardless of the situation, regardless of the mess and the nonsense and people turn their backs on each other, Anthony Richardson went to a crazy situation too with his owner. His owner is batshit
Why we
crazy.
talking about Anthony Richardson? Every quarterback that got selected last year, they got some playing time in that draft look better than Bryce Young.
Because Cam Newton threw his name out there. No, but Cam Newton hindsight.
Those are facts.
Levis, everybody looked better than Bryce Young that got drafted. Every quarterback that got drafted looked better than him.
Thanks, Fitter.
Is there?
Damn.
I got a question for everybody. There isn't anybody in here hoping that Bryce Young fails. Nobody. I don't care what anybody. There's nobody in this panel right now that's saying
they are.
who.
Yes, they are. No, they're not going to admit it straight up. They're not going to get on camera and admit it.
You're right.
But let me put it this way: and I don't think it's going to happen. So I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't, to be honest. But I don't want to be put in a category y'all going to put me in anyway. Some people are going to put me in anyway. But if Bryce Young was to come out and light the world on fire and play CJ Stroud's game or whatever, and throw for a bunch of yards, get touchdowns, played like he never played in his life to a super elite level, you're going to have a selected amount of people that are going to still hate him because they don't want to be wrong.
That's going to be true because that's what they did with Cam too.
So
they did the same thing with Cam though.
That's 100%
Pickle's telling
true.
the truth because they did the same thing with Cam. No matter how good Cam got, some people just did not like him.
Right.
Nope.
Yeah, they didn't.
They didn't. And
so Pickle,
and also,
I'm gonna throw myself out there. I don't want Bryce at all. I don't want him to fail as far as career. I want him to be successful somewhere else, not here.
No, I can just see that he's.
So if I fall on my face because all of a sudden he turns into a Super Saiyan, cool. But I don't believe in him.
Well, at least he's been honest.
I'm being straight up. I don't hate the guy. I
do?
think he's a nice guy. I think he has great morals, great value. I don't think he fits here. So I don't wish it down. I just don't want him.
Be real, Cody. Be real,
I
Cody.
just want to say, like,
Respect him.
everything that Pop just said, that's basically how I feel, man. Am I this big Bryce Young believer that he's going to be this top 10 quarterback? No, I don't believe that, man.
That's not what you were saying a month ago, Cody. Come on, bro.
I want more than anything for me to be fucking wrong as shit, dude.
Yeah, I want to eat crow.
I want
me
the
too.
Panthers.
Me too. I want to be wrong.
Y'all gonna eat
to
it.
have a
Y'all
type
gonna
of
get.
offense
I'll take some.
that is dynamic enough to put
Don't
asses
worry,
in
bro.
seats.
Just wait
That's
for
my
the
lawyer right here speaking. That's my lawyer speaking. That's my lawyer speaking. Respect what my lawyer says.
Go, Cody. Go ahead, Cody.
If he ends up being good, then we're all winners, man. We're all winners. But I'm saying to this point right now, based on, I'm not just saying on what happened last year. I'm thinking for the draft. I was watching him. There's always been questions about arm talent and a few of these other type of things that just I wouldn't have drafted him at that position. And that's why all the pressure is turned up to 10 this year for Bryce. They've upgraded everything. They've upgraded the protection. They've upgraded the weapons. They've upgraded the coaching
for
staff.
Another quarterback. For another quarterback.
Dude, if Bryce isn't able, if Bryce is not able to make a jump with these types of weapons, bro, I'm already ready to move on. If that's
Cody,
what ends up happening.
Maybe I'm blind or flying. And these ill skills and Pickle, you were just
What you
here
gonna do with
with
your
me.
non-jersey,
And my
though, Cody?
man's there with that cool ass collar shirt. Did we not hear somebody say we want to see dog in Bryce Young? If we gotta ask for somebody to be a dog, I don't want him. Can I go out the popping? Can I go out the popping?
I agree.
Okay, so let me say something about after what Poppin said. At the end of the day, I'm being completely honest with Bryce skills and everything. At the end of the day, the main reason why I can't get behind Bryce Young is because football to me is the ultimate male sport. And Bryce Young is not a leader of men. He was a leader of boys in college, bro. Can you take Bryce Young serious in a huddle? Huh? Seriously.
I mean,
if you're winning,
but he can show you on the football field why he should be taken seriously.
But I'm saying, do you think he encompasses when he gets into the huddle, when a player is playing stupidly, and he goes, shut the fuck up, and you got to play better, get your game right, like the leader of a man, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, when guys tell stories about you later on. Do you really see him doing that in a huddle? No.
And you know what bothers me, and I'm gonna say this.
Brees is an assassin.
Wait, but hold on. And I said this last year too. And I'm interested to see if it changes this year. Hold on, Twan. Before the snap, you notice how it's never Bryce's cadence snapping the ball?
Yeah.
It's always
That's
the
all.
center. Bryce
That's
is
all.
never being loud. It's never his voice under center. What is that, man? That is a part of their job, man. Like that Cam Newton when he was in his prime cadence, getting the Redskins to jump off sides like 5 times. That's important, man. That's a part of your job as a quarterback. Bryce needs to do all of that shit this year. All of it. I want to see it all, man.
You know, one thing
Now,
that we noticed on
that
Black
was
Hat.
up to the idiot coaches we had.
That's true too. But you notice what we also noticed, which I was hoping that would elevate through time, through this year, even though it was a horrible year. There should have been no reason that Corbett, our left guard, calling out censor situations to Bryce Young when you had Bozeman in the middle. That tells you right there, your captain with a C on his chest, Bryce Young, couldn't even do that.
I disagree, bro.
Can't even do it.
I disagree, Pop.
That told
That's a
me
problem.
that told me that Bozeman should not have been signed. That told me Bozeman isn't intelligent enough to do that. He's a backup. He's a guard. Whatever he is, he's not a legit center. And I feel sorry for Justin Herbert, who has to deal with that now. Because
part of what I was gonna say,
be honest, when a center, it's a center's job to do that.
Yes,
and when the center can't do that, and to be bluntly honest, it's also the offensive line and coaches' responsibility to make sure it happens. Because if your guard has to do your cadence and all your calls, because you won't let the quarterback, hypothetically say you won't let the quarterback do it, or he can, or whatever, and your center can't do it, you know, fucked up.
Okay, so
that was my point, Pickle. Thank you, Pickle.
I'm not coming out the Pickle or Popping Bullets. I just want to reiterate something.
Sound like it.
That's not exactly true. You know what I'm saying? Look, the offensive line at the college level and at the pro level, the center is supposed to be the main guy with the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? But the whole line can call out shit as they're approaching the line. You know what I'm saying? They're really supposed to be kind of communicating it to the center. So I don't have a problem with Corbett or whatever. Like, Bryce did it all the help he could get. You know what I'm saying? That whole line can communicate anything. Whatever they see or they've been watching film, they need to yell it out. Not just yell out what number they got and whatever. It's the whole lines thing. Some teams only delegate it to the center. So you're absolutely right on that. I just wanted to just clear that up, though. But one of the things that Pop was saying, though, is
I get that, Twan, but it looks very peculiar when your left guard is doing it more than Bozeman.
Right. Right. I agree.
Who was the umbilical cord to your number one quarterback? That is an issue to me. That is a big issue because center is very important.
Yeah, so I'm just asking, can Bryce Young take charge, bro? Is it in any scenario where he can take charge and go, shut up, man, I got this, or whatever, or y'all are not playing ball good.
If I may
start winning.
I remember there was a report last year, somewhere around the middle of the year, that Bryce called a meeting and he was cussing, swearing, doing all the shit. And again, that's what was reported. I don't know what went on.
That's a church boy, man.
A lot of I'm
believe
real,
it,
man.
I believe it.
Some people can say I sound like a hater, bro. I'm just being real. But like when you see Bryce doing stuff like giving everybody a high five before they go back to the locker room, like to me, like, and again, I know this sounds such a hater thing to say, but some of that shit just seems so performative to me.
Yes, sir.
Like leading on the football field and getting your guys to give you the extra effort to win. That's real leadership. Like just giving everyone a 5 when they're hanging their head going into the locker room at halftime. Like that doesn't really doing anything. Like that's almost doing it. That's almost doing it more for the cameras than doing it more for the team.
You know, Cody, what absolutely pissed me off, and this is on the same scenario. This man was standing there congratulating the defense instead of being in his pad, his tablet, or in the playbook, or talking to the offensive coordinator at the time, was shit, and he wasn't even playing. That's the fucked up part about this whole shit. He wasn't even playing. He supposed to have an ankle hurt, rolled up. You don't even know how he got hurt. You on the sideline and you come out.
His feelings got hurt,
and you sitting here congratulating the defense, bruh.
Well, I mean, look, I said it again, and I can't believe I'm saying this. He was in a fucked up situation, bro.
It looks fake,
yes,
bro.
it was.
It looks fake.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but look, at the end of the day, with a lot of the intangible shit with Bryce Young, the boy, after what we found out at the end of the year, the boy was in some fucked up shit. Them coaches was fucked up. He had zero guidance from them. The team wasn't gonna pick him up exactly because when you're losing, you're losing. It's bad. You know what I'm saying? That's why we argue with each other and cover each other's throats all the time on these fucking podcasts. When we start winning, then all this shit goes away, bro.
Hold on.
Hey, I want to ask a question. All right, go ahead.
Twan, how can you? Yeah. I understand that he was in a fucked up situation, and I did hear that same report that Cody said. But how you gonna host a meeting and then sit here and chew people out? I heard that same report.
Nah, I don't believe it though.
I believe it because I heard a snippet
I can't
of
see Bryce Young cussing nobody out.
I heard him cuss. I heard him. They let
What
it
did he
slip.
say? What did he say? Hell and damn and
No, he said fuck. I ain't want to say that on C3, but I'm just saying that's what he said.
Yeah, I mean
He was
that's
talking to the team.
that's what I heard too.
If I could say
I
something,
want to. Let's
Time out. Let me get Christian in. Go ahead, Christian.
For the record, I just want to say, like I disagree with the mindset that there's a lot of fans out there who don't agree with Bryce, who really want to see him fail. I don't like him, but trust me, man, I want to see him succeed. I want to be proven wrong.
I want to eat.
Christian, that's a real thing.
Me too. A lot of us want that because we want to see something. We want to see win.
Yeah, like that shit's real.
I agree, Pickle. I agree with that. That's true.
There's a lot of out there that do.
I don't give a fuck who the quarterback is if we're winning.
No.
And I've always been.
I'm
shit less what he looks like, any of that. Just win.
Let Chris finish.
I was pretty much done. I guess I'm just speaking for myself then, because I don't want to be misconstrued as because I can call myself a quote unquote Bryce hater, but the thing is that I never liked him even in college, and I didn't understand the hype, and then I got a little frustrated with the media, and then I got even more frustrated with the pro Brycers who were ragging on every fucking thing I said on social media. So
hey, Chris, say it with me, Chris. Chris, say it with me. Bryce
sexuals. Yeah.
Bryce, pro Brycer.
Bryce.
He said pro
Come on, my friend. You missed the earlier part of the show.
Bryce
when I told there's a lot of sexuals out there.
There's a lot of sexuals. Say Pickle.
There's Cam sexuals. There's JC Horn sexuals. Now them bitches gonna be disappointed.
They fall apart quick though.
Does that mean that JC horny?
The truth.
Does that mean that? Does that make them JC horny?
Hey, Cole.
Yes, absolutely does.
Hey, look, hey, Cody. Now, hey, look, verbatim. Nobody came up with JC Torn. I've been calling him that.
JC Torn.
Listen, I'm sorry. Nobody.
Cole said if any horn sexuals out there, they fall apart quickly.
Yes,
they do Swan. They do Swan.
Y'all gotta understand that I had to
fight
with
the horn
some
sexuals fall apart
on my side about JC Horn. You know what I'm saying? We got, my guys are defensive guys. They trenches guys. But I don't have no faith in him. I don't. And Chris, you have every right to feel how you feel about whatever player you want to feel about. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest with you,
Papa. That shit, bro. As
far as the Panthers starting corners this going in, I believe the rookie we drafted the other day, I believe he's going to get starting experience on the outside before the first
season's over with. Before the season over with, first quarter.
Right. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Pickle. Ooh, that's a nail biter right there, Pickle. Ooh-wee. What y'all
that means JC gone.
Y'all follow
the Michigan
Pepper
linebackers
Pickle C3 Podcast because what? Ooh-wee. I ain't say it. He did. He said that.
Hey, Pickle don't play no shit.
Oh, bro.
Truth hurt.
He said the horn sexuals are fragile.
They fall apart. That's what I said.
That was a bar.
fucking nose.
One last comment on it.
Yeah, go
Fucking
ahead.
ankles fall off.
For me,
Go ahead,
I've
Christian.
always, over the decades, from day one, the coming of age moment for me when we have a new quarterback.
Oh
is,
shit!
and I always say that when we're down in the fourth quarter, even with Jimmy Clausen, I said, "All right, man, here's your chance. Let's see it. If you can bring us back and score a touchdown to win the game." I always like to think that that's the catapult that they can really get their confidence going. So I'll be the first. I'm putting it out there. I will apologize profusely if he could show me something either next season or the season after that. I'm giving him time.
You don't have to apologize.
Hey,
Shit.
Chris.
That's what the fuck was going on when you was mad.
Chris, no disrespect. Chris, no disrespect, but fuck you, man. Fuck you, man.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, bro. Because you got a radio voice, bro. Man, your voice, you got it, bro. I don't know if you do anything with your voice, but man, you got the voice.
Well, thank you, sir.
Yeah, that's his natural shit.
I did not realize that, and if that's a compliment, then fuck you.
Damn, somebody.
James,
we in trouble now. We in trouble now.
Yeah.
He said,
Yeah.
Take it with you then. Just kidding.
So look, man, this will be my final question, my final topic of the night before we get out of here. I saw it on Twitter and I felt like it'd make for a good discussion. Deontay Johnson's 2024 stat predictions. What are we picking for Deontay this year? And the reason also why I wanted to bring it up is because my man is on record saying that he has been told he is the X wide receiver and he is going to be the number one option, the first read on the majority of the plays. So you trade for you bring him from Pittsburgh to Carolina. What are y'all expecting from Deontay Johnson this year?
1,100 yards and 8 touchdowns.
Let me say something before y'all get started. I'm gonna do what Pickle gonna do because Pickle has taught me this. I don't do predictions no more with this team.
I don't blame you, Swan.
I just don't.
Setting yourself up for failure.
Pickle taught me this shit though. Fuck a prediction.
Yeah.
Right, but
I
I'm
gotta
just
see it
saying, though,
first.
man, some predictions you're right. Not a lot of people expected a lot of DJ Chart last year. And
I do agree with him being the X though. I mean, shit. I mean,
Hey, Cody, I'll say this though, okay? If you select him in your fantasy football team, you will love it.
All right.
Well, that's if Bryce Young can give him the ball.
Oh, we're doing early predictions.
Well, stat predictions.
No, I don't do
Deontay
predictions
Johnson.
like that.
say it again, Pickle. Say it again, Pickle.
Stat predictions for Deontay Johnson.
Fuck predictions, bro.
What were they?
Ain't nobody giving them.
Everybody
Oh no, yeah,
predictions
they
for
did.
Deontay Johnson. Yeah, give him to me.
He's gonna get 1,000 yards.
Bryce Young is his quarterback, so we don't know.
Bro, he better.
It's iffy.
That should be expectation. Why not?
He's gonna and I mean unless Jonathan Brooks just fucking takes off,
I'm all right.
which I don't want them. I want them to ease him in like G Baby said, but he's gonna get 1,000 yards for sure.
Man, I want Jonathan Brooks to go off, man.
You sure about that?
Hell yeah, man. I want him to prove why he.
I'm talking about the X. I'm talking about the X.
Oh, no.
Well, now you got to remember Dante.
If we
you got to
screen his
remember
ass to
Deontay
death
Johnson's
on top
wearing
of it,
number
maybe.
5. You got he's wearing number 5. What was the last guy to wear number 5? That was a stud.
I don't remember.
I know.
I think he's going. I think
Teddy Bridgewater.
This is
Number
not even
5.
hard, man. No, he said
who
a
said
stud.
Teddy
He said a
Bridgewater?
stud.
Piss
Who
water.
said Teddy Bridgewater? I'm about to take
Richardson said that.
Hey, 2 gloves.
Hell no.
He did have 5 on it though.
I don't want no
like
quarterback that wears gloves anymore.
I like what CPG said. That seems reasonable.
That's the only thing he wears,
853
y'all.
yards, 6 touchdowns. And I was thinking somewhere in the similar ballpark, man. I'm saying between 700 to 800 yards and between somewhere between 5. I say 5 to 7 touchdowns, man.
I say 962 yards, 2,000. He's gonna have 5 touchdowns.
Well, why don't y'all just go by Thielen stats? What did Thielen get last year?
Over 1,000.
1,000.
He had 1,000 and what? And how many touchdowns?
I think he had 1,001. I think he. I don't think. I think he maybe had.
He about
one.
like 5 touchdowns, didn't he? At least.
No,
Yeah.
no. I don't think he had 5.
So we got to.
He didn't have 5.
No, I don't think so.
So Bryce got a better line now.
Why not 1,010, Twan? For what you did for him, that's what you need to expect out of his ass.
But see, but look, the same thing I said can be used in another way. Bryce Young is the quarterback.
Okay. You feel like that and want to argue it, then all right.
It just like you never know, bro. You never fucking know.
Be honest with you,
shit water.
if we go back and look how many times Bryce Young threw the ball,
But I know
there's a
Bryce
lot of
get the
games he
fucking
threw the
up.
ball a lot.
I know Bryce get the fucking up. This dude right here, based on what he did in Pittsburgh, will have no problem cussing Bryce Young ass out.
That's it. Hey, man, so Kobe,
Adam had 4 touchdowns. Okay, that's
Kobe,
yes, sir,
who
Cody.
has what's your prediction for Deontay Johnson?
I guess I'll go with what he should get. I think he should get 1,010, dude. If you're gonna do all that shit for him, you're gonna call him your number 1 receiver. You screen his ass to death. You do simple things for him and get him a shit ton of receptions and try to get him in the red zone. Why not?
Yeah, and this is a good point too. Adam Thielen, he was basically the number 1, and he had
4 touchdowns.
He had 1,014 yards.
You know what I'm saying? The yardage is there for him to get.
Yeah, 100%.
Fuck all that shit.
Yeah, and by the way, they knew how to clamp down on Adam Thielen in the red zone.
But he is going to have to fight Sanders. I don't know what
Yeah,
rookies are going to do. So
but
make it
now
harder.
that you have a Jonathan Mingo
Yeah.
and Xavier Leggett, to me, that's going to open up more opportunities for Johnson and Adam Thielen to be able to get into the end zone more.
But
So,
I think that tight end we drafted, Sanders.
You taking on Sanders? Yep.
Red zone, baby.
He's quarterback
He's a
clutch.
he's
Quarterback
red
clutch.
zone heavy,
Quarterback clutch. He's red zone clutch with his hands in the red zone.
Yeah, he got nasty
Damn right
hands.
he is. You damn right he do, boy. Shit, I
So,
watch
he's
him all 3
He's going to
years,
be
man.
a target. 10 years from now, we're going to talk about how that's the biggest steal in this draft.
I
Let's
hope
go.
so, Pickle. I hope so.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go,
I would
baby.
love
Which one
to
is
hear
going
it.
to be the biggest steal?
Sanders.
Deion Sanders,
So,
the tight end from Texas, my guy.
So,
Yes,
so
sir.
let me throw
Okay.
something out there. Why I think Deontay Johnson's gonna get 1,000 yards. I think through his career in his division, just in his division, he's gone against harder competition and corners. That's why I think what he's gonna have to go through now. I think he's more prepared to go against this schedule of offense this year, of defensive players this year that we're going to go up against this year, because this is a hard schedule, and I think he can prevail to get 1,000 yards.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, and again, Adam Thielen had 1,000 yards last year. So,
And
if
that
he's
shit was
the new
ugly as
number
hell, and
one-
he still got it, Cody.
Yeah, if he's the new number 1, then there's no reason why he shouldn't be able to.
Can I make a bold prediction?
Yeah, go ahead, Twan.
It's not about him though.
Who's it about?
No.
I got one too.
Some people tried to get on me last year. Then they didn't want to give me my credit at the end of the year. But I think Chuba Hubbard gonna go wild this year.
Yeah,
Think you
man.
gonna
And you know
wild
what? So you know what, Twan? It's funny you say
Now that he
that.
got some help back there, I
If
think
y'all
he's gonna go wild.
watch, they just put out a new episode of the Panthers Huddle, and they had Luke Kuechly being interviewed by Christian Balboni, and Luke Kuechly said another person that he really thinks that's gonna have a great year, and we're gonna lean on him is Chuba Hubbard because of what Chuba does and how hard he runs and what he brings to the team. And I agree, man. Like we don't
Have
expect.
y'all seen how big this motherfucker got too in that gym?
We don't expect shit out of Miles Sanders. So it's going to
This
be
motherfucker out here looking like the Hulk.
it's going to be Chuba
No
Hubbard.
No Diddy, yeah.
And it's going to be Jonathan Brooks running crazy in that backfield.
And you know,
I think that's your future
crazy,
backfield
boy.
for real. I think that's your future backfield, and I'm gonna lean on that. I think he's gonna.
Bro, we could get that. We could get that smash and
he'll
dash
get
going
1,000.
again, bro.
And you damn right, Twan. You damn right.
Wait, you said what? Pop, you think 1,000 for who?
Yeah, I'll jump on a bandwagon with Twan. I don't usually do that often. Me and Twan, we love to argue and debate. But I'm gonna say Tuba gonna have a good year this year. If y'all listen at his press conference, this is the first time that I think I've seen him actually be on a
be excited.
No, not be excited. Be put on the front line and actually like get an interview. And you hear how he talked about he do this for his family. He eat, sleep, drink football. I mean, sorry that Drake is taking the L's, but I mean he ain't Drake. I feel like he really is hungry. You know what I mean? So maybe we'll see him do some back-to-back shit.
He almost got 1,000 behind the trash line. He almost got 1,000 behind the trash line.
I'm not a big Chuba fan, but he's progressed and got better over the years. So that's why I like what he's doing.
Hey man, let me get my brother Diesel skills in on the convo. Deez, what are you predicting for Deontay Johnson in 2024, man?
Skills.
Well, you brought up a good point, Cody. I think there's more mouths to feed on this offense now with that heavy offensive draft that we just saw. There's more guys vying to get the football here. I think we see a slightly decreased number for our ex-receiver over what we saw for Adam Thielen last year because literally there was no one else to pass the football to. I think we see like 825 yards, somewhere in the 700 to 800 range for Deontay Johnson, leaving him on the bubble for a contract where he gets a good contract, but maybe not a great contract going into next season. As far as touchdowns, man, I hope the sky's the limit. I hope he can get a lot. But I just feel like with JT Sanders out there on the field, with like Leggett out there on the field, we got still Thielen working underneath. I mean, he's going to be getting open. We got Brooks come out of the backfield too. And we were talking about Chuba Hubbard, and I feel like Brooks as a receiver is a big upgrade over Chuba Hubbard. So I think that's another guy that's going to be pulling away some catches from Deontay Johnson. I think Bryce is going to need to show some more veracity and throw the ball a little further down the field than what we saw last season to get Deontay Johnson open. I feel like he's going to be working in that intermediate range that we didn't see Bryce really have time for those receivers to get open. And looking at like some of the workouts and stuff he's doing, he looks really fast, really quick, really shifty, able to get enough separation to give Bryce the confidence to throw him the ball. I mean, I would love for him to get over 1,000, 1,100. I've even seen people say they felt like he could get up to 1,200 yards next year. But to me, just in the 700 or 800 range is more realistic because we already know he's going to be targeting Thielen like he did a lot last year. He would sometimes throw the ball to Thielen, even though Thielen was more covered than other wide receivers. You guys went over that on the film review. So I don't know that Deontay Johnson's going to have that type of chemistry with Bryce Young, especially early in the season. That's my biggest fear, Cody.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they decide to spread the ball around. Like, is it really going to be, Johnson like trying to be schemed open in the plays?
Let me say this, Cody, real quick. One thing that I don't like, when you watch film and everything, and for a lot of us out here that are football aficionados, and this is one of the first times I'm seeing with the Panthers in a long time, man, where we got enough bodies that we can play our guys and develop for the very first time, bro. We got enough talent and enough backup talent that the backup talent can get righteously developed. So I hadn't seen that in a long time because usually when we draft somebody, they go right on the field. And we're learning that's not how it really works. You got to get that development in. I know, look, when people see the new guys get drafted, they want them on the field. Look, man, let them guys learn from the guys that are ahead of them and get nice so that when they get nice, then you just got talent and you never miss a beat when somebody got to come out. You know what I'm saying?
But Twan, check this out, though. Oh, my bad, Mike. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, man. I'll just real quick. Yeah, I think that's a great point because even like Leggett and Sanders, they probably have the most opportunity to get the most snaps, but I don't see like a need to put them on the field right away.
Just it feel enough to get used to it, but you ain't got to run the game through them. You know what I'm saying? When you got the guy we just brought in, we got a lot of senior leadership on the team. Enough that we can develop the guys that we bring in.
But see, Twan, that's why I got to clap back a little bit because we have a lot of senior no good guys on the team.
No, I'm only talking about the guys that are actually good.
Well, okay, let's go. All right, let's do
Because
this.
we get ready to get rid of a lot of people.
Let's talk about the tight end situation.
All
what
right.
the hell is in other than showing my Trey? What's his name from the Horns? What's he gonna teach him other than how to block? Other than that, he's not gonna. Exactly.
But blocking is a part of the tight end spot.
But hold on. But he doesn't naturally need that from Ian Thomas. He can get that from Trumbull. Tommy Trumbull is a great blocker too, and he gets open and has great hands. Balls. I'm just saying, like there is some bad situational players that we have on the team that we got to get rid of. I
but
think
at the same time, who says that Ian Thomas is still going to be on the team after we cut?
You did, Twan.
Right.
No, I said after we cut.
You've been an Ian Thomas supporter. Just moving right along. I'm just saying.
I'm ready to see Tommy Tremble do something, man.
I like Tommy Tremble, ain't been
doing that much more.
Tommy Tremble's been putting up touchdowns more than Ian
still
Thomas.
a better prospect than Ian Thomas. And by the way, you don't see Ian Thomas hurdling fools, jumping over them and shit. Tommy Tremble does. I know that much.
Hey,
Tommy Tremble to me is a fullback. I think I would love for them to use him like they use old buddy from the Ravens. I can't think of his name, but he's been there for a hot minute.
Tommy Tremble need to get tight end down pack first before he start doing other shit.
Honestly, he came out and said this is when we got Frank Wright. This was the first year he ever felt like he's really been coached. So that tells you a lot. So, but we can't. So you can't, Twan. You can't say.
I didn't buy that shit.
That these guys all of a sudden, he can't be the only one that feel like that. If they feel like if they haven't been developed from previous coaches, what you think the rest of them feel like? No. So you can't sit here and bring in rookies and expect these guys who ain't been developed already to sit here and help somebody develop. They not even developed yet. I think we're just finally getting talent in this on the squad, and we need some more veterans that know how to win to help these guys. It ain't Sullivan, it ain't Ian Thomas, it ain't Giovanni Ricci. They gotta go. And cornerback room. Just look at the cornerback room. Let's talk about development there. What have we done there?
Hey, look, man, Jason Horn, we got some corners that can still develop. Look, listen, it's not. Look, you can't let them go into the court. First of all, players aren't supposed to be developing other players. The coaches are supposed to be doing the development.
That's bullshit because Andy Dalton was brought in here.
It's not bullshit. I have seen other players do it. It's the coach's job to get you developed.
Oh, shout out real quick. Giovanni Ricci is with the Browns now.
Amen.
Oh,
great.
Wow, really?
Go ahead, do your thing.
It's gonna be a lot of cuts and slices when after this summer, bro. A lot of these guys we're familiar with saying they're not gonna be here, bro.
All right, so look, man. Here's how it's gonna be. Y'all ain't got to go home, but y'all got to get the hell up out of here. Because we about to get up out of here, man.
Man, we on the internet.
It's been a lively Friday, man. Hey,
the Cinco de Mayo.
Hey, can I just say, man, thank God.
How you gonna kick us off the internet, though?
Hey, bro, thank God for Cameron Jarrell Newton, Ace Boogie, first of his name, bro. Because if it was not for the big homie, bro, we might not have shit to talk about today, man. But instead, we did a 3-hour podcast because of Cam. So we appreciate you, Super Cam.
When you say Cam Newton, say MVP.
MVP. You already know what I mean. Shit. But we appreciate y'all, man. I'm going to let everybody get their final words, and we're going to get up out of here. Christian, I appreciate you, brother. Give me your final words for the show, dude.
Oh, thanks again. I'm just still wondering who this Ian Thomas everyone talks about. I've never even seen that motherfucker.
Yeah, who the fuck is that guy? I'm not
With that said, have a good Cinco de Mayo weekend, and we'll talk to you next Friday.
Hey, happy Cinco de Mayo. We appreciate you, Christian. Next up,
everybody
from
shits on
704 Charlotte Bound Show, my man Edge. We appreciate you, brother. Give me your final thoughts for the show, man.
Well, my final thoughts on the show is this, man. Look, just because someone talks bad about your guy, and this is true, don't mean you got to call this man a hater. Just call it what it is, man. It's the truth, all right? Yo, my boys from Texas, man, they gonna light it up this year, man. They gonna do great. Can't wait. Still predicting we're gonna get five wins, but hey, as long as Bryce Young develops something, gives me something to hope for, then I'm cool with. And that's all I get. That's all it is, man. I'm Edge from 7-4 Charlotte Show. I wear it edgewise, and I'm out.
Appreciate you, Edge. Next up, from the Black Cat Panther Podcast, my guy, my client, Popping Bullets. What's up?
Yeah, man. Y'all can catch me on the Black Cat Panther Podcast. Man, to get some things situated, but man, I appreciate my lawyer Cody for having me on.
Yes, sir.
Panther Pickle, these EO skills. Well, that's a tongue twister. Sheesh. Chris, nice meeting you. Edge, as always, we're gonna talk.
We definitely gotta talk.
Good talking to you, Twan, and everybody else that came through.
Absolutely.
Man, look, I'm excited about the season. I don't know which way it's gonna go, but don't hurt yourself straddling on the fence. I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. There you have it. Check out the Black Cat Panther Podcast. Appreciate you popping. Next up, my dog Twan Don, the bad guy, back in the building. We appreciate you, brother. Everybody, check out 704 Charlotte Bound Show on YouTube. Hit them up, Twan. Tell them they can find you and give me your final thoughts.
Yeah, man. Owner of the 704 show, man. Look, Cody, thanks for always for having me over here, man.
Yeah, man.
Popping Bullets, my man Chris, myself. I think myself. Hey, look, man, bro, it's always fun, man, to be, with Pickle and my man D's skills. I've been checking them dudes out on the Twitter Spaces, and they're doing a really, really, really good job. I want to continue to pump them up, man, because them dudes go hard a lot. They go hard a lot. I'll be checking them out. Y'all see me pop in and pop out. And one of the things I'm just trying to do lately, man, is just give somebody else the glory. You know what I'm saying? Give somebody else the glory. Put the light on somebody else. Those guys are working hard, and it should be acknowledged. And y'all keep doing y'all thing, man. I think y'all got something going, bro. Y'all got something going. Keep doing y'all thing. Those skills, keep doing your thing. Pickle don't change. And that's it, man. I love everybody, man. Next and 5. Next.
Peace and love, brother Twan. We appreciate you as always, man. Yeah. Next up, my man Panther Pickle. The end of another free for all. Talk to us, brother.
Guys, we've talked about wins and losses and Bryce and quarterbacks and all, but the one thing I want to say is, for the first time sometime before Matt Rule, the Panthers have had a real NFL style offseason. And they've had to go hardcore because we were bad. We, at a point when Rule got here, we had top service. Okay, we had a top service. We didn't have nothing underneath, hardly. Well, Rule come in, and he obliterated most of the top surface. And we already didn't have nothing underneath. There's just big old gully there, a talent. Well, now we've got some pieces here and there, and we're starting to get that worked. At least we can get over the bridge. So I just want to say we're growing, we're developing, we're moving forward, and I still think it's going to take a couple of years for us to get to a situation where we can realistically talk playoffs. Now, if it happens before then, I'll be overwhelmingly happy, but I do not expect it. I just don't. Because the talent on this roster is not there. There is some talent here, but that talent, a lot of it's green talent. It just is.
No.
It's just green. And it's not bad, it's just green. And I said it the other day, and I'm going to say it here. And I believe one of these young edge rushers that we have on this roster that we drafted is going to have a breakout year.
Let's go.
I'm ready for it. I just think one of them's going to. He's going to come in. He's going to show everybody. Because he's tired of people talking about him.
Man, we need somebody to have a breakout year. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Last but never least, my man, the brand ambassador, always repping C3.
These ill skills.
These ill skills. Give me your final words for the show tonight, man.
Here we are, Cody. We're on the front line of the battle for the Carolina Panthers.
Yes, sir.
Our brand, our brethren, stands together ready to march into arms. Our knees are shaking, and we're weak, and we're weary, and we're tired of the losing. The constant drawn-out drubbing and drag through the media that we see for the Carolina Panthers each and every day. But we stand together here on C3 and the 704 Charlotte Bound Show. We stand together with our shields ready to take on all the hate, all the prowess of these other teams, all the accomplishments that they've had, and the none that the Carolina Panthers have seen. But our spears are sharp, and they are ready, and they are pointed into battle, ready to pierce the hearts of these other teams that dare to challenge these Carolina Panthers and the mighty C3 Panthers podcast. Join us next time at 7 p.m. right here on the Friday Free For All as we march into battle, because we march on, because we are Legion. Keep pounding, C3.
C3 Legion.
Why do I feel, man?